Land on me, go do, go dance. Take time, take chance. Oh, why make plans on me? Come fly, come land on me. Go do, go dance. Want me? Take time, take chance. Oh, why make plans on me? Come fly, come land on me. Go do, go dance. Want me? Take time, take chance. Oh, why make plans on me? Come fly, make land on me.
From this world, running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, I always stay dreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate
yet another amazing Wednesday. Sorry about that. Wednesday, Konalago Vooka Breakfast Show, and we're coming to you live from YouTube. And if you're all about that audio live, then do not forget that we're also coming to you live from the Underground Radio, which you can tune into us on their website, or you can also download their app on iOS and Play Store. So to my friends at Tavern, Sanbonani, I hope you guys are also doing amazing. To start off the day, we're going to be starting off with our favorite segment called Picture of the Day, where we let you know about the different places you can go and explore within South Africa for family vacations or vacations or maybe solo trips. And today we are starting off with Splash Island. Now, Splash Island is the largest water park in the Philippines, located along the South Lungshin Expressway, and it's famous for its thrilling slides, wave pools, and family-friendly attractions. Built by Pro Slide Technology Inc. of Canada, a global leader in water slide design, Splash Island offers world-class rides and water adventures that make it a top destination for locals and tourists alike. The park features a wide range of attractions, from adrenaline-pumping higher-speed slides to relaxing pools and rental cabins, making it ideal for both family outings and group events. It's a convenient location near Metro Manila, ensures easy access, and its reputation as the country's premier water adventure park has cemented its place as a must-visit leisure destination. Now, trust me, that's a place that you definitely want to go to, because it's summer, it's December. Who doesn't want to go out in a splash? And now heading over to our guest for today. Our first guest is Sekobo, founder and director of Sekobo Attorneys. Launched his firm in 2021 after earning his LLB from University of Johannesburg and being admitted as an attorney of the High Court. He has built a strong reputation in family law, civil litigation, and criminal law, known for his precision and client-centered approach. Now, our second guest for today is Mandla. Is a PR councillor in the city of Johannesburg, serving under the Action SA caucus, where he plays a central role in strengthening governance, accountability, and community-centered delivery. As an active member of the Public Safety Section 79 Portfolio Committee, he contributes to oversight processes that shape policing, emergency services by law enforcement, and the city's broader safety strategy. Now, also our third guest, now this is somebody that we all know and have seen for a while, and he's back yet again. I am talking about Jabulani Vilagazi, and this time he's not alone. He's tagging along with Ulungile, and he is the founder and team manager of Amaroto Football Academy. Now, right now we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be heading over to your news and sports headlines.
Since you've been gone away so
And then in your first news headlines, hashtag justice for Wakanya gains traction as SEPs dispute homophobic claims and teens murder. Western Cape police have cautioned against irresponsible labeling of the murder of 16-year-old Wakanya as homophobic, saying the motive has not yet been established. Mhlangiseni was killed inside Khayelitsha after an altercation with two acquaintances. A 17-year-old suspect has been arrested, while a second remains at large. Police say speculation is creating unnecessary alarm. The teen's father has rejected circulating rumors and described the brutality of the attack As hashtag Justice for Gwakanya trends, civil society groups have condemned the killing, calling it a hate-based act. The case continues. Now heading over to your second news headlines. SA Home Affairs White Paper, major immigration and citizenship reforms proposed. South Africans are invited to comment on the draft revised by White Paper on citizenship, immigration and refugee protection, open until the 31st of January 2026. The paper proposes major reforms, including stricter refugee rules through first safe country principle, merit based on pathways to citizenship, new visa categories aligned with this digital transformation, and the creation of an intelligent population register using advanced technology. Public consultations will run across all provinces from the 15th until the 30th of January 2026. Now heading over to your second news headline. Pretoria urges Moscow to secure return of South Africans lured by false training promises. The government says the safety of 17 South Africans stranded in Russia remains top priority as Pretoria continues diplomatic talks with Moscow to secure their return. The men were allegedly lured by MK party Duduzile Zuma Subanda under false promises of specialized training, only to end up stationed near the Russian front lines. Presidency spokesperson Vincent Magwanya said they are in grave danger and that engagements with Russian authorities are ongoing. He stressed the matter is receiving the highest level of government attention. Now heading over to your fourth news headline. DJ Warris gunned down in Johannesburg CBD. Suspect caught on CCTV footage. Former 5FM and Cliff Central presenter Warwick DJ Warris Stock was shot and killed in Johannesburg CBD. CCTV footage shows a suspect in a security-style uniform delivering the fatal shot, with 3 attackers fleeing on foot. Police are investigating. Warris had links to VIP protection work, raising concerns about disputes in the security sector. Tributes from industry peers describe him as a compassionate and outspoken. Now we're going to take a little break, and after that we're coming back with your sport headlines.
Alright, once again, a very good morning, and let's get straight in to some of the talking points when it comes to your sports news headline. Now, starting off with your football news, a French court orders PSG to pay Mbappe 60 million euros. A Paris labor court has ordered Paris Saint-Germain to pay Kylian Mbappe 60 million euros in unpaid salary and bonuses, including 3 months' wages, an ethics bonus, and a signing bonus. The court found PSG failed to prove Mbappe had waived these entitlements. The ruling follows a legal dispute after Mbappe claimed the club withheld payments for April to June 2024, just before his move to Real Madrid. The amounts had already been confirmed by the French Professional Football League in 2024. Now heading over to your F1 news, Portuguese Grand Prix returning to F1 in 2027. The Portuguese Grand Prix will return to the Formula One calendar in 2027 and 2028 under a new 2-year deal, likely replacing the Dutch Grand Prix after its 2026 exit. The race will be held at Portimao's Algarve circuit, which previously hosted the F1 in 2020 and 2021. Both won by Lewis Hamilton. Portugal also hosted the races in Estoril from 1984 to 1996. F1 President Stefano Domenicali praised the circuit's thrilling layout. The 2026 season will begin in Melbourne in March 8 with Lando Norris defending his driver's title. Heading over to your last football news, Brendan Peterson part of Kaizer Chiefs' early contract planning. Kaizer Chiefs are in talks to secure goalkeeper Brendan Peterson's long-term future as he nears the final 6 months of his contract. Despite a club option to extend, the Chiefs aim to avoid uncertainty and maintain stability in historically strong goalkeeping department. Peterson, recently named club captain, has regained form and seen vital, especially with Fiacre Ndwari's future uncertain due to limited game time. Chiefs management led by Kaizer Motaung Jr. is pushing for early clarity on key positions to prevent contract lapses. That's all for your sports news. Now heading over to your traffic update, let us give you what is happening on the road. As of right now, in KZN, there are no reported traffic incidents at this time. And then heading over to your Gauteng traffic, there is a crash on the N1 southbound at Albertina Sisulu Road on ramp. So on ramp lane is affected, and please drive with caution. Now that's all for your traffic update. If you happen to be on the road, please do make sure to share your traffic update using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, or send us your voice note on 060-493-3226. And now, just to kickstart your day, let us give you a latest weather update.
And spend my money time with you just to be in this debt. See you happy somewhere else while I've been filled with regret. Try to find someone to blame, but it's just cause and effect. Hey. I thought that was the truth, cause nothing lasts forever, that's except for me and you. Young and unaware of all the shit that we would do. Try to make it out alive, but didn't make it through. Your parents probably hate me, but my mom still always asks if we're getting back together, even though it ended bad. Forward thinking, haunted by the habits of my past. Precious moments with you, girl, you even met my dad. And any girl after you won't ever have the pleasure. So I guess it's part of why it's hard for me to ease the pressure. So many years, so many times I can't remember. Fear I'll lose them all forever. Hey. Yeah. Emotional trauma with a prima donna. Yeah. Emotional trauma with you. I got my problems with you, but I can never get away. I can never get away. So I can never get away. So I can never get away.
gentlemen, welcome to yet another amazing episode Kunalago Vooka Breakfast Show. And it's a beautiful Wednesday. It's nice and sunny, and the sun definitely made sure that it is coming out to play. Man, the year is already done. The year is gone. Imagine how far we have come. We are already on the 351st day. 351 days into the year already. Like, it's gone. We only have 14 days left until we say goodbye 2025, and I have 8 days left until I say hello 30 more. And then I can't believe that we only have 1 week left. Like, everything is officially done. There's only 1 week left. We only have 14 days left until we say goodbye to the year. And can I honestly just say that this December is like flying. It's not even just staying there. It's not even stagnant. It's just literally whooshing away and going. And then to those who don't know me, or those who actually know me, I go by the name of Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Place. But to the darker the berry, the sweeter then don't. And as you know, we never travel alone, Kunaleka. We always make sure that it's three of us or we come in pairs. And today, as you saw, when somebody, a very nice, good-looking brother, my fellow brother here, gave you the amazing sport headlines, and I'm talking about the one and only Mr. Max for Maximum Temperature. How you doing, sir? What you mean now?
Mic is on.
Yeah, you didn't switch it on.
No, I still can I, okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but you didn't switch on your mic.
Yeah, man. Good morning, of course, to everyone who's watching, and good morning to you. I am good, man, on this beautiful Wednesday, but I still have the slump that we still need to get rid of. It's Wednesday, and I am looking forward to what this day has for us. I mean, yesterday it was the 16th of December. It means, yeah, we are deep within halfway through the month. Right, now we are left, I think, with 14 to 15 days left up until we hit 2026. But I'm excited with everything that is, just happening since, the beginning of December, and it's episode 198 for us. That means we are only left with 2 episodes to hit the 200th mark, right? So it's been a journey, and it's still going to be an awesome and amazing journey with you guys, with us. But yeah, with all that being said, I am very good, and I'm excited to be with you wherever you are listening and watching from. My name is Moeketsi Maimane, aka Max for Maximum Temperature. I'm the son of Mother Nature, and you know that generator. I'm happy to be with you throughout 10 o'clock because it's going to be an amazing day, right? Where we unpack a lot of things in which we would like you to, come through and share your sentiments, just share your thoughts with us on all social media platforms. Right now we are live on YouTube. You can also send your voice note because the WhatsApp line is open for calls and for the voice notes. 0604933226. That is the number that you need to call us in. But looking forward today for this day because there is so much to unpack. I don't know about you.
Yes, man, there's definitely so much for us to unpack. I like the fact that we have a variety of guests today.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Jabulani. I feel like Jabulani is like literally now part of the furniture because he's been here so many times. So he's officially part of the Vooka Breakfast Show family. And then we also have somebody in law. It's been a while since we've actually had a lawyer here in studio, and I cannot wait to hear about the different things that we're going to learn from him when it comes to civil litigation, family law. It's a lot, and it's definitely things that we need to know and need to make sure that we are well informed of on a daily basis. And not forgetting that we'll also be having an amazing guest who is part of the city of Johannesburg. Now, this one is going to be very interesting, especially when you look at the fact of what happened yesterday in Johannesburg CBD. So it's pretty interesting that we're actually going to be having somebody from the city of Johannesburg, and there's a lot that I'd actually like to learn and know from a representative or somebody associated with the city of Johannesburg in terms of the lot of things that we're seeing happening in Joburg. So I definitely I definitely cannot wait for the amazing guests that we have in store, and obviously the amazing conversations we will definitely be having with them.
Yeah. So much that we are going to have, and you're asking yourself, who are we talking about? We are talking about Tshepo Sekobo, founder and director of Sekobo Attorneys, launched his firm in 2021 after earning his LLB from the University of Johannesburg and being admitted as an attorney of the High Court. He has built a strong reputation in family law, civil litigation, and criminal law, known for his precision, client-centered approach with a growing interest in corporate and commercial law. He is steadily expanding his firm into a trusted legal partner for individuals and business alike. So he is going to be with us because Wednesdays are known for Know Your Rights. And I am glad that one of the conversations that we are going to be having today is the devil in the details. And you're asking yourself, what is the devil in the details and who can be the devil in the details? We all know, and if you're someone who has stumbled across a contract that you need to sign without you even going through the contract thoroughly, you end up signing into things that you don't know. You end up being in debt without even having the knowledge of you being in debt. I mean, it was nice. The first time you signed a contract, they had a bottle of champagne, they had a full chicken in front of you, they promised you to give you a penthouse or a flat or a big house somewhere in Sandton or Houghton or wherever where it looks prestigious, for the person in your caliber, right? You end up being there and you are like, I signed a contract, but now I don't know and I didn't know what are some of the repercussions that come with the contract. So he's going to be here. I mean, maybe we're going to have a conversation about him, that why do we actually sign contracts without going through them? I mean, most people do have that experience. I mean, with me personally, trust me guys, if a contract has like you're signing on or the bonus fee of like 100,000 to 500,000, I'm signing the contract, guys. I'm never going to look away, even if there is the devil in the details. But I want to know why would I make that decision, right? Because that is the most important thing to us to say. Why would we make those decisions of signing contracts without reading, right? So the hidden risk of ignoring contracts is one of the conversations that we're going to have. So I hope to hear from you. Let us know what you think down there in the comment section by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. But as of right now, you know that we still have so many things to unpack before we get deep into things. And speaking of that, we have what we call our financials for this morning. I mean, when you open the show, you spoke about the splash island that is in the Philippines, right?
Yes.
And I've seen it on TikTok. A lot of people going there, posting their videos, enjoying the atmosphere of what the place has to give in. So you're asking yourself, how do I get there? I mean, what is even the currency of the Philippines, right? But it's very important to also know our financials, financial markets in terms of how is the rand doing as of right now with other currencies out there. So beginning with the US dollar, 16 rand 76 cents is what the rand is trading in with the dollar. So it is showing some serious muscle against the dollar today, coming on that amount. So that online shopping spree from the States just got a little lighter on your wallet, which is very good news for this morning. And then heading over to your Great British Pound, dreaming of a cheeky Nando's in London with the British Pound now trading on 22 rand 52 cents. You might want to double check your budget for those flights and those extra hot wings, right? You know that each and every time when we travel, we do have that budget for that extra spicy things that we want. So right now, the dollar is currently trading at 22 rand 52 cents. And then on the euro is dreaming of a euro trip. The euro is currently trading at 19 rand 74 cents. And then heading over to your Japanese yen is currently trading at 11 cents. And then the second last is the Australian dollar, which is trading at 11 rand 13 cents. Lastly, we have the Chinese yuan that is trading at 2 rand 38 cents. That's all we have for your financial indicators for this morning. We'll come back with the latest tomorrow morning, same time, same place.
Yes, man, most definitely. We're always making sure that you are well kept in touch when it comes to the world of financials, making sure that if you're planning an international vacation, you know exactly just how much you're actually willing to go and spend when it comes to going that extra mile, making sure that your vacation is extra amazing. I mean, who wouldn't want to go to Japan and have that extra sushi roll, or who wouldn't want to buy an iPhone in China for only 7 Rand 99 something? Like, seriously, imagine, because seriously, when you visit the RMB, cell phone charges of iPhones in China, and you look at them, you convert them to rands. My guy, I tell you, it's a steal. I definitely think about buying an iPhone in China and just spending around 20 Rand and just basically crying when it comes to the whole shipping prices, because here in South Africa, it's expensive. And it's so definitely on another roll, hey? But moving on to that one, we definitely just did go through to the news headlines. And unfortunately, the first headline itself, it's actually a very sad headline with the hashtag for Kwakukanya, and it's been gaining attractions. And I also do know that Women for Change definitely did post the story on their Facebook page, because I'm definitely keeping an eye on their Facebook page. As I was also contacted by them to also post a Facebook story about a friend of mine who actually passed away also on Saturday. She's based in Middleland Zone 1, and unfortunately she was stabbed to death by an ex who did not actually want to accept the fact that it's time to move on. This whole GBV situation in South Africa is literally getting out of control, and it's not getting out of control it's getting out of control in the biggest way ever. I think also making it into a national disaster is actually not enough. It's about time that our government actually stands up and offers action in terms of charging people who are committing GBV crimes against women, against young men, against toddlers, against grandmothers, because this is not a specific target to a certain gender, but unfortunately it is a national crisis. This has long been overdue, and I really do hope that we'll find peace in South Africa, and we'll find some justice, because it's truly too much, Mo.
Yeah,
it's really too much. A lot of people are just dying unjustly for things that are really, really, really just plain dull. Things that they shouldn't even be dying for.
Yeah, and as of recent, we have learned that the civil society groups and online activists have labeled the killing as homophobic, calling it a hate-based attack. However, the Western Cape SAPS has warned against a premature conclusion, saying the motive has not yet been established and that speculation risks inflaming the tensions. So the teen's father has publicly rejected rumors circulating on social media, while also describing the brutality of the assault, adding to the public grief and anger. So what is next is that the police continue investigation to establish motive and locate the second suspect. The arrested teen will proceed through the juvenile justice system. And the activists are expected to maintain pressure for accountability regardless of the motive that is being taken.
Yes, man, this is truly too much, hey, because I know with me, I actually also received bad news over the weekend when a former classmate of mine was actually stabbed to death. So, and she goes by the name of Dumelo Lebote, 27 years of age, was brutally stabbed by her ex-boyfriend in her home in Middleland Zone 1. So it on the 13th of December 2025. It is alleged that the boyfriend couldn't accept the breakup. He caught her from groove and pulled her aside, beat her up, and then stabbed her until the ambulance came and actually confirmed that she was no more. Her boyfriend has handed himself over to the police, and we're truly heartbroken because even on Monday, the ex-boyfriend appeared in Orlando Magistrate Court for his case. I really do hope that he did not receive bail. Unfortunately, I could not become a part of the group that was marching on Monday morning to go over to the Orlando Magistrate Court to also hear over the case. There's too much that is happening in South Africa that really needs to change. There's a lot that needs to change. Like, can we please have more change and more action in South Africa? This is literally getting out of control. And then on our second news headlines, we heard about the Home Affairs trying to implement or reform major immigration and citizen reforms that have been offered by the Home Affairs Department. Now, this is very interesting, and I do hope that it'll actually be implemented, because the Minister of Home Affairs did state that he said that the proposed reforms are designed to clamp down on fraud and abuse while enhancing national security. So asylum seekers who have already been granted refugee status in another country will in future not be eligible to apply for similar protection in South Africa. This is one of the proposals contained in the newly revised draft white paper on citizenship, immigration and refugee protection, published on Friday by Home Affairs Minister. So it also intends to introduce merit-based criteria for naturalization and citizenship. He said that the proposed reforms are designed to clamp down on fraud and abuse while enhancing national security. Rather than determining citizenship solely on the number of years a foreigner has lived in South Africa, future applications will be assessed according to a set of defined criteria. A citizenship advisory panel will objectively consider and advise on applications, while a points-on-based system will be used for those seeking citizenship through economic channels. Application for citizenships will only be accepted during an annual window period in an effort to prevent backlogs. The new system will not affect the existing principle that a child with at least one parent who is a South African citizen at the time of birth will automatically become a South African citizen. So a child born to non-South African parents will still be required to apply for naturalization. Meanwhile, a first safe country principle will apply to asylum seekers. This means that if the applicants have passed through the safe third countries before reaching South Africa, they will not be eligible for asylum in the country. Following the introduction of new visa categories through Operation Vulindlela, the white paper also proposes a new merit-based point system for certain visas and permanent residency. In addition, the white paper introduces civil registration reforms for birth and deaths in preparation for the rollout of a digital identity system. The public has until the end of January 2026 to make submissions on the white paper, with public consultations across all provinces scheduled for mid-January. Now, this is also something very interesting in a way, because I think it's also going to clamp down in the whole, I didn't even know that I was married to him, where we wake up as female South Africans. Now we want to go get married, and now they're telling you that, no, you're married to Mr. Chirunga Ramafata, but you're like, I've never met him. When did I even get married to him? So this is where the fraud base is actually coming in, and I feel like it's actually going to be a whole lot more beneficial. And when it comes to the whole asylum seeking of it, it also makes a bit more sense, because why pass 3 more safe countries and then only come to apply in South Africa? If, for example, Egypt is a safe country, then you could have easily settled in Egypt. They say Namibia is a safe country, then you could have also easily settled in Namibia. Why strictly come here?
I mean, for some people, yes, it's bad news, and for most South Africans, they will take it as good news, because when you look at the legislation infiltration, it only happens when policies are being changed, right? We will complain as much as we can and say we're having a lot of illegal foreigners, but now, if those people are acting according to what the law says, It's written down in the policy. If you go and check out your immigration law and your refugee laws, you would find out that some of the people are committing some of these things because they know that they have been put into paper. So some of the things are still going to happen if there's no change in policies. Everything that we do, when we change the policies, when we infiltrate the policies, that's where we're going to see real change. But what I like is what's next is the public submissions and provincial hearing. They will shape the final policy, and government will assess legal and constitutional implication, and the final proposals may lead to new legislation in parliament, which is brightly good news to hear.
It definitely is good news to hear, because now, especially when it comes to the whole eligibility of citizenship, it has always been known that if you stay for 5 years, then you're naturally eligible. But now, because in that no longer counts, it actually is. It's amazing for me, because the Department of Home Affairs will also be checking whether or not the people that actually want to be South African citizenships do not have any past cases with the law enforcement. So if you've ever been arrested, then you do not qualify to become a South African citizen. Now that is also a great and amazing benefit, because of, unfortunately, I love my brothers and sisters, but we've had more problems with them being tracked to illegal mining, kidnappings, trafficking, where they've been arrested and for some weird reason they managed to qualify for citizenship. So this one, I feel like it's actually going to be much more better, because they'll also be, if somebody will also be coming through an economic basis for citizenship, apparently they now need to apply for it while they actually have money in their account, which is actually much better, because if you remember earlier this year, when Operation Dudula was basically vrungling everybody and making sure that nobody gets treated, especially if you're not a citizen here in South Africa, do not have the right documentation, a permit, or have a passport, you'd actually get deported. And if also remember that the president of Zimbabwe did also state that Zimbabweans themselves know that when they come to South Africa, they need to have 5 million in their account, which is a law that has been stated in the country that yes, you can go live in South Africa, but you need to have your own money. So now it also goes back to say that some people are actually commenting and say, but what about the people who do not have money, that 5 million, for example, that 5 million to actually come in South Africa and start up their own businesses? And I like the fact that somebody also came back and said that it only is fair for them to actually come here in South Africa having their own money, because it's not like they are opening jobs for South African citizens. It'll only make sense if they said that you do not have to come in the country with your own 5 million in your account. If they said that whatever job that you're doing is actually helping to elevate or basically lessen the high unemployment rate that we have in South Africa, because it's way too much. So these laws are laws that are actually needed, and I do hope that the South African citizens will have time to go through and properly go through the laws and properly understand what it clearly states before they can actually comment. And finally, we can actually have a say when it comes to the different citizens that we have coming in inside South Africa. So this is pretty amazing. I like it for the tent skippers. I like it for the pirates. And then another one here, Moscow. Russia has been a pandemic in South Africa. Like, Russia has been a problem for us. Now we're also looking up at the case of the whole case that had influencers where they were recruiting young South Africans to go into Russia, where they had supposed housing subsidies, they had a housing, and they could earn more than what the actual economy actually pays for what the job that they'll be doing. So now here comes in another one, where MK took a whole bunch of people, drove them to Russia and said, yeah, you guys are gonna train, you're gonna learn how to defend the country. But does Zuma still think it's apartheid?
Hey man, there are a lot of implications when you talk about these, political strategic move, because we also don't need to forget that we do have like a bilateral relationship with Russia, right?
Especially as a part of BRICS.
Yeah, I mean, back in the days, there were agreements that were signed that if anything happens in my country, I will come and you need to return the favor of helping me. And as of right now, we know that Russia is still in war with Ukraine, right? So with that being said, that means they're going to need more manpower from the countries that they have their relationship with, and South Africa being one of the countries, right? So the relationship that leads to, the MK party, handing over some of the soldiers to go and help right there, it speaks a lot into some of the leadership decisions that were taken by the presidents of the past. I mean, till today, we still don't know what, the past presidents of South Africa have done and have agreed on when it comes to other countries. We come here and we complain to say, this is happening. I mean, this thing is the same thing as making an example to say generational curses. Maybe your great-grandfather made an agreement with a certain person or a certain family to say, you guys can come anytime. If there's wealth in the home, you can come and take what's yours, right? So you won't understand because we're another fourth generation or the fifth generation after, you're going to come and say, no, we are seeing people who are coming each and every time when they accumulate wealth. They're coming and taking. But now we don't understand where that agreement, is coming from. But on this one, as the president's spokesperson, came forward, Mr. Vincent Makwenya, he has confirmed that the diplomatic engagement with Moscow are ongoing as of right now, and the situation gained political agency after allegation that MK party member Duduzile Zuma Sambudla played a role in recruiting the men, and the government says their safety is in grave danger. So what is next with this whole situation is that continued diplomatic negotiations with Russia authorities, possible domestic investigation into recruitment claims, and government may issue travel and recruitment advisories just to put this into order and make sure that this thing is settled.
What I actually do hope for is that Duduzile Zuma Subandla actually also has her time in court, because it's almost similar to the whole situation of Abosayan Bougie and the influencers when they lured out some young South Africans to actually go out to Russia for that whole study, for that whole work program. Because now we have people who are actually the indicators or the inciters now facing possible prison time, with them actually going through a whole court case, and their bails are like very top notch. They're paying imali eshisiwe ukuthi bakhona ukuphuma. So it's also fair that she also gets a taste of her own medicine, because how can you lead South Africans, your fellow South Africans, into a country without actually giving them proper information? For me, I felt like that she should have just let them know, no, you guys are going to help in the war. You're going to help Russia basically fight off Ukraine. Instead of saying, no, you guys are just going there. You guys are just going there for specialized training. You're going to learn how to handle an MK. You're going to learn how to handle like different guns. You're going to learn how to shoot off a stun grenade, that kind of stuff. And it is really wrong what our fellow South Africans are doing to other people. Just for the sake that we are in need of jobs, we need to support our families, and they see that as a place or as an option for them to literally sell us out. I feel like this needs to be put down and made sure that we definitely get the justice and we definitely bring them back, and she goes ahead to face the music, because one thing I haven't heard is whether or not she's actually been arrested, because this is basically false advertisement. And it's also endangerment. She endangered the lives of South African citizens under false hope. So why hasn't she yet been arrested? When is her time coming? Like, that definitely needs to change. It literally needs to die down. So we do hope that the South African justice system will also definitely make sure that the people who are out there in Moscow who are taken under false pretenses that they'll be going for specialized training will come back safe. And man, can we please just get justice for them? But the much more sadder one that has South Africa up in arms and in shock is the death and the untimely death of DJ Waras. what happened yesterday in Joburg CBD as we were celebrating the Day of Reconciliation, only for it to be celebrated and ended with the blood of somebody who was out there representing South Africa and making sure that these hijacked buildings are kept in South African hands and they are basically brought back to the state, was killed yesterday. And it is very unfortunate. I do not want to lie. His death was pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, and tributes, are still pouring in for the late DJ Warras. So DJ Warras was killed yesterday in Johannesburg CBD, and CCTV captured the suspect. So what happened was former 5FM and Cliff Central presenter Warwick DJ Warras' stock was shot and killed in the Johannesburg CBD. The CCTV shows the footage. A suspect in a security-style uniform firing a fatal shot while 3 attackers fled on foot. So Warras was reportedly linked to VIP protection and security work, raising concerns about possible disputes within the private security sector. Tributes from colleagues describe him as fearless, compassionate, and outspoken, deepening shock within the media industry. So what's next right now and what is happening as of currently is that the SAPS, they are still analyzing the CCTV and tracking the suspect. The ballistic and motive investigation are underway, and then industry figures are calling for tighter regulation in the private security sector. So the motive for Warras' killing still remains under investigation, while there are suggestions that it could be related to the hijacked buildings that he was working on, and police says that they are keeping an open mind and following all leads. But with that being said, we know that we do have our whether to call it a sister or a brother radio station that we have right now doing the SIMULCAST with, which is Underground Radio, right? And we have come to learn that DJ Warras was one of the Underground Radio's mentors, right there in Underground, right? So it's some of the tributes and of course some of the condolences that we would like to share to his colleagues that he worked with on Underground. So yeah, man, these tributes, they're still coming in, they're still pouring, and we just hope that justice will be served when it comes to this, because we know that he was playing a very huge role in mitigating some of these major problems that are taking place, especially in CBD. Right now, people, there's videos of him circulating right now on social media speaking about how he is planning to tackle some of those problems, and he also mentioned that he likes and he liked the leadership of Action SA leader, which is Herman Mashaba. While he was still mayor in Johannesburg, he was one of the people who was pushing this motive of the hijacked buildings, to say we have to eradicate everything that is going on right now and bring back, the real CBD that we used to see. Because what is happening right now in the CBD, trust me, it's not what people are saying in the papers. It's way beyond that. But rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to DJ Warras.
Yeah, and Mandla will be here a bit later because he's also part of Action SA.
Yeah.
And they are pushing the same narrative of South Africans, or South Africa for South Africans.
Yeah.
But yeah, DJ Warras played a major role at Underground Radio DBN because as part of as a mentor, most of the guys have received training from him as far as radio and broadcast is concerned. So it is a major loss and something that I personally was looking forward to, because he's one of the names that was mentioned that is responsible for upskilling some of the Durbanites when it comes to radio. So condolences to the family and to Nerissa, because she works with him. It's a close friend. So she's affected deeply so. So it is a great loss also for the industry as a whole, for the entertainment industry. And we're not really sure right now if this is a political killing or is it, something similar to an AKA story. But until the officials come through with an official story, then we'll wait and see for now.
You know, and unfortunately, the sad part is that when you look at DJ Waras's post, especially on X before he passed away, he was actually talking on a story that was uploaded by Briefly News on the 29th of November. And Briefly News actually said that DJ Waras weighs in on Ket Matlala's unsettling stillness as Glennis fires tough questions his way and gives Matlala one word label that sent chills through Mzansi's spines. So, and then DJ Waras actually responded to this, says at Briefly News, y'all are trying to get me killed, ne? It's like that. I thought we were homies. Only for somebody to come back and say, we're going to miss you, dog. RIP in advance. And then Waras also responded saying, it's real, fam. Thanks for everything. I hope you have been entertained. For silence, we have Sanel Nkosi coming back saying, oh, RIP Mgani. And then also DJ Waras answering replying to what Chris Excel said is like, no, now my name is on the exam pad. And then only for Waras's last takes regarding all of this was that, Ish, I'm hoping to at least enjoy December 4, then around Valentine's Angazi. So it was basically almost like he could sense that his death was near, especially when it came to this whole fight of him trying to basically bring back the hijacked buildings in Johannesburg CBD. So one would say that he was literally aware of his untimely death. And then we also had somebody also tweet on X, and Master saying Witness D was fighting against illegal mining. He was taken out. DJ Waras was fighting against illegal dwellers. He was taken out. You can't convince me otherwise. We are on our own as citizens. RIP to DJ Waras. So this has a lot to say about South Africans. It's like if you actually become a whistleblower or try to stand up for truth, you're at a higher risk of being taken out than you becoming silent.
Yeah.
So now it actually goes back to the whole witness protection order that we need to talk about in South Africa when it comes to whistleblowers and people who are actually standing up for the country and making sure that the country goes back to what it used to be before. May South Africans be protected for whenever they decide to stand up, and may our country actually fight for people who are trying to stand up and be the change that our country needs. And I hope that this Waras's untimely death becomes an exhibition that we need to stand up and get South Africa back to what it used to be. Unfortunately for him, he got taken out the way he was taken out, and it's pretty sad and it's unsettling. Especially imagine in Joburg, you never know who's walking by. Imagine if you're a mother passing by and you see this happen.
Yeah.
So I'm very sorry to the family of Mr. Warastok, and we do hope that you and the family and friends do find peace and have all the justice that you deserve. Sorry about everything that you guys are currently going through.
Yeah, from the Vooka family, of course, we are sending those heartfelt and warm condolences to all of the people who were affected by this, and especially to the family of Waras. May his soul rest in peace. But with that being said, 8 o'clock is the time right now on the dot, and we see some of the comments are coming through. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use. Starting off with the first one, Manelem came through saying iPhone is 7 rands. Can the 14 rand, and I will take care of the port fees myself.
I'll definitely help her with that one. So take out 2, and you know what? I'll buy 2, and you just deal with the port fees.
What do you mean iPhone is 7 rands? Like,
no, when you transform iPhone in China, goes around for 3,000 RMB. Mm-hmm. So when you convert 3,000 RMB to rands, it's roughly around 7 rand, 8 rand.
Oh.
So imagine if am I getting it wrong?
What's going on here? What are the numbers? What is the message?
Where's this information coming from?
No, let me tell you where I take it from. I take it from, there was a TikToker who went to a shop in China. I was like, you know what, let me go check out how much it costs to get an iPhone here.
Yeah.
And then he showed the different prices. So I think it was an iPhone 16 and they paid it, they put it under 3,000 RMB.
Yeah.
So I went to basically Google. I was like, okay, 3,000 RMB.
What is RMB?
It's it's a sort of like a currency futhi lapha. So besides the yang,
Yeah, because here's the
Which
thing,
country?
right? I get it. We're talking China here,
Yeah.
yes.
right? So we know it's the yuan.
Yuan.
Right.
Chinese yuan.
So if it's 3,000 Chinese yuan, and manje, when doing financials, we discover Gutaya, 1 yuan is like 2 rand 50.
Yeah.
On average.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Chinese currency. It's either referred to as yuan or RMB.
Okay.
So it's both. So whether
So we're talking about the Chinese yuan.
yes.
Okay,
So,
so-
basically, RMB is basically me talking about the Chinese yuan. So that's the currency. The currency is is referred to in two ways. So it's you can even Google it.
So it's like saying the rand and the ZAR.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing.
Yes.
Okay, cool. But now, how is an iPhone 16 7 rand?
Actually, you convert the 2,000, 3,000 RMB to rands, and it gave you what?
So how much is 1 RMB?
Let me see.
So as of right now, we know that it's 11 cents, right? Each and every, you need to have 11 cents to get 1 yuan.
No, that's the Japanese yen, which is 11
Oh, the yen.
cents. The
Oh.
one is 2 rand 50.
Oh, it's 2 rand 50.
2 rand 40.
Oh.
I mean, we read this morning. Let me just go to our financials here
I'm
quickly.
doing the
So
financials.
one RMB or 1 yuan is actually 2 rand 38 cents.
2 rand 38, 2 rand 50, 2 rand 38. So
Yeah.
now, 2 rand 38 multiplied by 3,000 is 7 rand.
Yes.
Multiply.
No, sorry, it's not 7 rand. It's actually 7,136 rand and 51 cents.
But you said it's 7 rand.
Sorry, my bad. But either way, even getting getting an iPhone all the way from China, it's actually much more cheaper than getting
I
it in
hear
South
that,
Africa.
but
It was
now-
my
but now
mistake.
it
It was
changes-
my mistake. Yo guys, it was my mistake.
I hear you. It changes the narrative. Ukuthi. It's not this affordable thing.
In a way, for me, I'd say it is affordable because an iPhone. How much is an iPhone 16 in South Africa?
We're not talking Pro, or Pro Max. So we're looking at 18,000.
18,000, 17,000.
Yeah.
Right there.
And then Leo iPhone, and then when you include ports and your harbor
Shipment
costs and
fees,
shipping and whatnot, it amounts to 15,000. Now, I once bought a phone from Amazon, and this phone, in terms of the 4G spectrum frequencies, yes, it can connect to 4G, but it can't connect to the one as a South Africa.
Yeah.
Now, because it's a phone I bought from Amazon, that side, Ukubusela mover was an issue. Yes, right now, Amazon is in country,
Yeah.
but at the time when I bought it, Amazon was not here.
Yeah.
So I couldn't send it back. So the phone was stuck with 3G. So in terms of the frequency bands, it couldn't. So now you buy an iPhone for, let's say, 15.
Yeah.
In terms of support, you can't go to Apple and say, my iPhone yang hlupha. You can try online support, but you can't go to an Apple store. But this one,
Yeah.
China le.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to go to China for support. So in terms of paying for 18, it makes sense. It makes sense why? Because everything has been cleared lana locally, even for support. So I say, look, if you know what you're doing, sure,
Yeah.
get an iPhone in China, right?
Yeah, very interesting, man. Very interesting because you're doing more of advertising right here, speaking about this. But yeah, it just implicates all of the things that we're talking about in terms of the currencies
financials and
things like
currency.
that. Yeah, I mean there are laws. When now you might think you go there, you buy it with a cheaper, but there are laws when you convert your money into their currency. You would find out that you are deep in trouble, right? So those are the kind of things. That's why we give you the financial indicators just to look into how the rand is doing with other currencies. Some of the comments came through, of course. Tembi Mni King, a very good morning, Vooka team, Vooka Nation, and Underground Radio DBN team on a beautiful sunny Wednesday. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show and hashtag Sivugile. Very good morning to you too, Ma. Thank you so much, Sivugile. And then she comes back and say, wishing you a wonderful, blessed day ahead. Stay safe and enjoy your day. You too, enjoy your day. It's festive season. we are deep within. Yesterday it was the 16th of December. People went out there celebrating the Day of Reconciliation. I don't know whether it was celebrating the day or it was just the holiday celebration. I mean,
holiday in South
culture.
Africa.
You understand? And then she comes through saying, Z comes through. Saying, good morning, Vooka Nation, the Underground Radio DBN and the Amazing Breakfast team. Happy Wednesday and Sivugile, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Good morning to you too, Z. Then Z comes through saying, I was from my way to Parkrand and my Uber driver told me that they shot a DJ in town in CBD, but he didn't say it was DJ Warras. My condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues. I mean, it's so sad because there was one person who, took a picture of a body being covered with a foil. He didn't know that was DJ Warras. That's how sad it can be. I mean, you can be passing and then there'll be, police tapes, crime scene tapes, and then there's a body there covered with foil, and then you might never know that this is one of the biggest, celebrities in South Africa.
Oh, but probably it's at that moment it's one of your relatives and you're not even aware.
Yeah.
You just say, woo, Shem Askisi. And you pass only to get home and receive such horrible news.
Yeah. Very sad, very sad. And then she comes through and saying, justice for DJ Warras. And I just hope because the CCTV, they have the footage, they're still analyzing and, looking through the suspects. So we know that this one is in safe hands and justice will be served for him. I mean, we have been seeing a lot of crime being done and people getting away with a lot of crime. But this one, we hope that the SAPS will get just right under everyone's skin to get justice. Right? You can keep those comments coming through by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes, man. And as we were talking about devices, but definitely getting yourself that amazing iPhone, an amazing thing that we're also celebrating today is National Device Appreciation Day. So this is a day commemorated to celebrating and appreciating your devices. And National Device Appreciation Day is celebrated annually on December the 17th, honoring the gadgets and technology that make the modern life easier, more connected, and productive. It is observed in the United States. The day encourages people to pause and reflect on the role of devices like smartphones, laptops, tablets, and smartwatches in shaping daily routines. It's not just about gratitude. It's also about care, cleaning, organizing, and even ensuring devices to protect them against unexpected problems. Many celebrate by sharing stories or photos of their favorite gadgets on social media using hashtags join the wider conversation. The day highlights how deeply technology is woven into our lives, from communication to and entertainment to work and creativity. So today, take a step back and appreciate the amazing device that you have, whether it's a tablet, it's a smartwatch, it's a laptop, or the amazing phone that you use on a daily basis to make that calls. Do the hashtags and spread the love out there. Appreciate each and every single device that you currently have.
A device that you are accused of cheating with.
I don't see why we should.
You're celebrating a device like you said I'm cheating with this device.
Come on, guys. Come up with these things.
Yeah.
It's not us, it's the weird people.
Would you celebrate one of your device?
I would, but not this one. I don't want to lie. The device that... No, listen. I'll tell you why I'm saying not this one. For me, it's the Panasonic phone that I used to have growing up as a kid. It was yay small. I loved that phone with all of my heart. It had a memory game that I used to play. That phone meant everything in my life. I don't even know where my grandmother took that phone to or how it even got lost. So that's like definitely one of the... It's not even a smartphone. Get to it basically.
Okay, so let me ask it in this way. Do you think this celebration is fostering...
No, it's not needed.
Do you think it's fostering a culture of materialism?
It is.
Right. So we are more attached to izinto that are material and bambelela kuzo kakhulu. I think this is what this whole celebration is about.
Yeah.
And also if I'm a tech maker, and I make gadgets. Yeah, sure, guys. Hey, celebrate and appreciate your device because I want more sales. But from a human perspective, this is pushing materialism.
Yeah, I mean, just by looking at it and at a virtue of it being a solution-driven idea of bringing devices. I mean, we know that there are solutions in the world as human beings we don't need to celebrate. This thing is the same thing as a woman coming through saying, I provide for myself. I mean, yes, who do you want to provide you for? I mean, you can't do it yourself. I mean, we can't celebrate you for feeding yourself. You should do it. You are an adult, right? It's the same thing. Yes, technology and devices, they're just making life convenient and easy for a lot of people. Yes, we appreciate it, but we saw that it's a need for us. Instead of me traveling all the way from South Africa to, connect or talk to someone who is in Ghana or in West Africa, East Africa, I can simply have a cell phone and talk to them, as simple as that. So I don't need to celebrate that. It's just a convenient way of making life easier.
Yeah, and in a way, it's also promoting isolation because it's making more people be more in tuned in terms of connecting to people over the phones instead of actually going out and having physical connections and talking to people on a daily basis. So for us, it's not really. Hence I'm saying that for me, that's why I'm saying that for me, I prefer the because it has less distractions. So it's probably like the only gadget I would celebrate because it doesn't have like a whole lot of games, social media, and everything like that. It's basically, hi, how are you? Drop, fight.
So if I were to swap your phone for Tweet, would you take it?
At this moment, no.
Okay. So when you say you prefer, what do you mean?
I'm saying that most of the time, if there was no need for me to literally use a smartphone, especially for work, then I'd definitely prefer it to it. But unfortunately, because it's work, I need to make sure that I'm up to date with the call sheet, research.
So if given a laptop and a tweet, would you take it?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yeah. Give me a laptop.
Because I need a laptop, you only use it like in kaya, and when you're out and about, you're out with your tweet.
Yes. If only I kind of goes wrong. I definitely do that. And another that we're also celebrating is the Wright Brothers Day. Now, the Wright Brothers Day is observed every year on December the 17th in the United States to commemorate the first successful powered flight by Orville and Wilbur Wright in 1903 at the Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, established by President Dwight D. In 1959, later made permanent by Congress in 1963. The day honors the brothers' achievement in launching the era of aviation with their Wright Flyer. Celebration often take place at the Wright Brothers National Memorial in Kill Devil Hills, NC, and include ceremonies, educational programs, and tributes to their pioneering spirit. The observance highlights not only the historic flight, but also the enduring impact of aviation on global travel, commerce, and innovation. Marie, the place that they're celebrating at Kill Devil Hills.
So, call me a conspiracist, ne? Sharp. So,
I don't think I will.
According to history's latest pages, it's the Wright brothers that invented flight and the airplane and all of that, right? But you've seen those Egyptian hieroglyphics where you would see something that looks like a copter, like a helicopter, a plane. And we understand to these hieroglyphics, it's something that predates, obviously, the Wright brothers. Yeah. So in terms of aviation, question we are asking ourselves, Guti, were they the ones that maybe found modern flight, but then, it's like someone else that done did it. Yeah. So there's nothing new under the sun, but that's just me. But in terms of what we see today, sure, they're the ones that somehow pioneered it. But let me just throw something at you guys. You've seen the words founded.
Yep.
I mean, you've read like a building in town was founded in 18. Yeah. Why don't they say it was built?
I mean, that's why I was coming to the redefinition and understanding of the words, because as we evolve as human beings, people are having the miscommunication and also the misdefinition of these words. So when something was invented, was founded, what is the difference? Because I've seen in so many contexts, especially in comedy, right? In comedy, you would make a joke. Maybe you are there in the tavern, understand? It's your joke. You are the one who invented the joke. You are the one who thought about the joke. Then someone who is big, has a larger crowd, cracks the joke. And then now the crowd will decide to say, no, we had this from Banel, because Banel is the big guy and we know him, that guy put on so much work. So he's the founder and the inventor of the joke. While now you are there, you are fighting to say, hi guys, I'm the one who came with this. Like who saw you? Like only 3 to few people, and you're trying to, get away or steal the shine from Obanele, who has invented, because we know him as someone who is a hard worker and he has a large audience. If you did the joke, you could have been where he is right now, right? So these things, yes, they were done, but now I think people have learned that no, if I write this into paper and make people realize that I founded this, I invented this, people will believe you.
But if we're talking IP, sure.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about something that's already there, and you say this building was found.
Yeah.
Have you read in history, books, text, this building was founded in 18 whatnot?
Yep.
But why can't they say it was built?
I don't know. That's why Ngishuguti, as times are moving and evolving, we get to redefine what is founded, what is built, to say, okay, yes, it was built, but I found it. I don't know who built the building.
Because
I don't know who built the building, so I found the building.
That's exactly what's happening, where people just find. It's fine. I mean,
it was founded.
Look, nobody stepfather, right? Is this your child? Yes. No, I found.
I found the child. I'm the founder of this child, right? I mean, with the history of football clubs, what you're saying is true, because the clubs have existed for a long time. Just because I have money and invested in the club for it to become in the top leagues, they will say I'm the founder of the club,
not owner.
I'm not the owner.
Interchangeably, but they use founder.
Yeah, because we would wake up each and every morning, grind, go to the grounds, get up and be dirty each and every week. I mean, people are putting a lot of work, for the club to be where it is. Then when you come, they will say, when you buy the players, the soccer boots, the kit, then you are the one who found the team that has color now, right? It was known as, Amakip. They were wearing blue t-shirts, yellow t-shirts. When you said, no, I'm going to buy a blue shirt for this team. Yes. I'm the one who founded this team, while it was existing for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Because it also goes to show about the whole situation with the Wright brothers. They seem to forget that their biggest contributor was Charles Taylor, who actually created the engine for the first aircraft that they made, including the inspirations for actually even creating that aircraft, which is Otto Lothanel, the German glider pioneer, greatly inspired the Wright brothers and highlighted the need for effective control systems in flight. And also not forgetting Leonardo da Vinci, whose early studies of aerodynamics and flight provided foundational concepts for later aviation inventors, including the Wright brothers. So it's not only
that. I don't know if that guy existed,
He feels more like a ghost.
No, I mean, topic for another day. But look, these hieroglyphics, they show today's aviation was long, dalikon. Because no Koko next door understands aviation. So, like, who's the inventor here? Although, yes, it's probably because even with the Wright brothers, it was a gliding thing that could only accommodate one person, right? So, Koko next door, at 3 a.m.,
Yeah.
She's
Ghetto
Uyuwani,
aviation.
Exactly.
Right? Uyuwani. So who really invented aviation?
It's different crafts. That's why
Right?
I like
Crafts, exactly.
I like what Joshua Maponga always reiterating people that like if you say for people it's just witchcraft, they're going to think that it's voodoo thing, uptagati, but it's just in the question that which craft are you using, right? If it's voodoo, it's fine. If you're flying in the air with the broom at night, it's a craft. You have invented that thing. It's a mode of transport. People are traveling at night. They're flying and doing all of those things, right? And making it a thing. So which craft are you using? I mean, I prefer the one of 3 a.m. And yeah, it's nice. There's no people are sleeping and we are flying.
Witchcraft.
Which craft are you using?
Yes, man. And also not forgetting that the whole aviation system actually comes from the first ever invented hot air balloon, and which was invented. This was like the first thing that actually went on air besides the aircraft. The first hot air balloon was created or invented in 1783, literally way before the Wright brothers even thought about aviation. So I think the whole idea of getting off the ground and soaring into the air first came from the hot air balloon.
But manje Ukokos Bia back then couldn't do it. Yeah.
No, you can't beat ghetto aviation anyway.
These
Yeah, I
people
mean,
could.
I'm saying Guti by Tatela, like everything else.
Yep.
So Nale Muti first, whoever wrote this clearly didn't know, or they did know,
Yeah.
and they claimed it for themselves.
Yeah.
So
It's a matter of who gets to it first.
That's true.
as Mo said, Guti, whoever is published, why Guti, I wrote the joke, or I performed the joke, then Bazoti, all attributes go towards you. But
Exactly.
we know Guti,
The real
Goku
person.
Dala.
You understand?
Hey guys, so
And the Bona, they don't need propellers. Sorry, they don't need engines.
they don't need
they understand.
jetpacks.
They understand the law of lift,
Yeah.
and that's it.
They understand the law of gravity, actually.
And nature.
Oh, the law of lift.
I can't lift by a but in order for them to go, they need to understand the law of gravity in order for them to keep on going upright without actually
it's
falling.
the law of lift.
The law of lift, gravitons, guys. Me, I didn't do physics and science, but you know what? It takes a lot to handle ghetto aviation.
It doesn't, because they've been doing it for years and they master it.
No comment on that one.
So speaking of, in the ghetto, there is a conversation that we, announced that we're going to have right now that speaks about the Neighbour Wars Tavern or Tabernacle. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct.
Masi Twang, we go Tabernacle,
Tabernacle.
which is the Sonto, basically. when Jesus was preaching in the Tabernacle.
So this is
Chabula Church.
This is the tavern versus the church, right? And someone is asking themselves, okay, what are you guys trying to say? Tavern? Are you saying that we must go to the taverns? But let us draw a picture of the conversation we're about to have, and we also like to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What are your sentiments when it comes to this? So, ever wondered what life would look like, would be like if you had to choose your next door neighbor, right? So here's the twist in all of this. You are stuck with either a lively tavern or a peaceful church. Which one would you pick and why? I mean, living in the life of the township and the hood and the ghetto, that churches are everywhere, taverns are everywhere. I mean, each and every corner, you will not turn like more than five corners and not find a tavern. There's almost every taverns in every street of where we are coming from. So given the luxury of choosing, which one would you pick, right? Would you pick being neighbors of the tavern or the neighbors of a church? I mean, I know a lot of people say church because church comes with peacefulness, but there's that one night or the week.
But churches nowadays, more especially charismatic, it's every day. Church, it's every day. It's every day.
Yeah. So, I mean, for most people, I think Hey man, when we look at a tavern, man, I mean, taverns sometimes can be seasonal in terms of the noise, you know, when they are making the noise. I mean, during the week, or if it's Mampara week, during the month when people have not been paid, yes, you would experience those. The silence in the hood and the silence, of course, next door. But you know, month end, the guys are going to chill there. There is going to be a lot of noise. There is going to be a lot of people fighting, and you can overhear them at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, police coming over and all of those things. But we can't take away the fact that a tavern can also bring a business opportunity to your house. Right, you know that, when people are drunk, whatever the time is, you can sell food, and trust me, people who would be in the taverns, they do have money for food. That's one of the things that they consider, right? So, this one will consider you to think a little bit to say, okay, which one would I choose? I mean, a church, when you talk about AMs, there's nothing that is happening in the AMs when it comes to church.
Unless they're interceding.
Interceding?
Yeah.
What's that?
Praying.
Oh, yeah.
Like overnight prayer.
Okay.
Yeah, so quick story, because people might just think, church is fine. But my friend Lasizwe, his brother-in-law and his sister, they bought a property in Pretoria, somewhere in Pretoria. So it's a residential area.
Yeah.
And just next door, just a few houses away, Kafika Bantu, and they started a church in a residential area, right?
Yeah.
So when he was telling us the story, because we were talking directly to him, I mean, I was like, dude, I mean, we're talking about a church. Like, what's wrong with it, right?
Yeah.
But he was like, look, most of us, we would try and, go about our lives trying to bring about change and improvement. One of the change and improvements I've personally created was to find a peaceful home for my family. Yeah. Right? So we looked around, we shopped around, and we found a neighborhood that was safe, peaceful, and one can get tranquility in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Only to find out, the neighbors that came through, it's people that started a church, and it's a charismatic church, and it's a church that every day is sown.
There's a service.
Right? So he started fighting, started rallying up the other neighbors to say, look, guys, this might be frowned upon, that I'm trying to get rid of a church, but dude, you're taking away my peace. Honestly, you're taking away my peace. And remember, there's different kinds of church. People think maybe we're talking about churches where it's just a Bible study.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about a church where, for example, there's a full band, right? We're talking about a church. Right?
Loud.
Where it's loud. We're talking about that kind of church. I mean, if it's like a cell group, guys, do your business. It's okay.
Exactly.
Because Nami, in my home, I'm doing my own business, and we don't interfere with each other. But then, long story short, he spent about 6 months going back and forth. Eventually, they had to contact the councillor. But dude, do you understand? This is a residential area. We're not saying do not do church, but if your affairs start affecting abanye abantu,
it becomes a problem.
I remember him saying, "Guti, Joba Kuluma," because the church was also run by a Nigerian pastor, right?
Yeah.
And they were praying, like they made him a prayer. Maybe it was on a prayer point.
A prayer warrior.
No, we need to pray for
this guy.
Yeah.
Because
this guy is being led by the devil himself, right? So they made that prayer point to say, hey man, why this? Pray.
Wow.
Let's not allow the devil to come and intervene. So you might think, man, it's just church. But trust me, up until you start experiencing it, even on a Sunday morning, you don't go to church, and then they bring church to you because your next door neighbor is a church. Guys, I'm trying to get some peace.
Yeah. And the peace that you bought, the peace that you worked hard for, someone is, coming to take it away from you. And the people who even come to the church, where they stay, there's no church.
Abarasi.
Bona barasela bona.
Sure.
Then they come and make noise, for you. I mean, on that one, I mean, would you be seen as someone who is unfair because you're like, hey, church mabahambe labantu?
I don't think so.
Uthunyo Satan.
I don't think so, because there's a difference between like basically the township and a residential area, because in a residential area you expect your peace, your harmony to be there, and most of this 21st century churches, instead of like having a normal service like your Roman Catholic churches on a Sunday, Tuesday it's the praise and worship team. Come Wednesday, it's the band rehearsing. Come Thursday, you have you have Abu Mama Mumtandazo. Come Friday, it's the youth watwati. Saturday, it's Sunday school. It's basically almost like a school. And then come Sunday, now it's the church. Like you basically do not have any time to relax and actually breathe and think about your inner thoughts, because Monday to Monday, it's the whole ruckus that is out there. People need to learn the difference, hey?
Hey, you must watch your words, because manje bazoti when you say church rakas.
No, there's a difference.
And then they make you a prayer point. But the one thing, Mo, is that at least bona bachamela bonding la.
Just like
Tavern, because if you neighbors with Tavern, that's your wall, man.
One of the things that one of the things that needs to be always in your grocery list is JS Fluid. If you are a neighbor to a tavern, right? But we can't take away the fact that both of these can bring advantages and disadvantages, right? And when it comes to advantages, we know that a church can promote peacefulness in the community, to say if there's something else that is going on in your street, they will come pray, right? There is a funeral, they will come offer a service for the funeral. They would go around and, trying to pray for different people when they see you in the street. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like that. Someone knocking on your door and say, can I pray for you?
I'm gonna give my watchtower.
Understand? So there's a lot of implication that comes with this, to say, okay, the disadvantages of a church is the noise that it comes with, especially at night. We are trying to sleep, or maybe it's my day off. In the middle of the day, here they are, the band is starting to practice. I mean, the band. I mean, I have an experience of a band, because where I live, there's a brass band, I think, at opposite at my house. Yeah, so I think we experienced that during those times of load reduction. Yeah, those guys will come in because they were like, okay, we don't have electricity, so let us, practice. Then, my brother was so pissed, guys. Like, my brother was so pissed because at around 2 to 3 a.m., you would hear that pop. Like, it's so, because it's quiet. It's like the AMs, and they're making noise, guys. Like, there's noise coming out.
When they're supposed to be sleeping, when I practice.
Who do you prefer, Scott Papoma or Popo? Because
I music, guys. Music.
Oh, okay.
If you're someone who loves
sharp,
music,
sharp. Maybe you think about, because I'm a tavern at different. You think Scots, it's fine.
Yeah.
We are blueser.
Music now that you don't
even
know.
I mean, there's a difference to having like a neighbor who plays music, but a tavern comes with a lot of things, because there's music and loud people, right?
Bamba.
Yeah, me again. Girls are screaming. It's like it's chaos. It's chaos. I mean, for you to live with that, you have to be someone who's brave enough to say, okay, I'm a business person. I would open up a store next to the tavern, so that whenever these people are coming to drink, they will come by and buy some food for themselves. But if you're not, trust me, you're going to fight with your neighbor.
I think with me, it's a bit different, because in my street, we actually do have a tavern, right?
Yeah.
Last point. But funny enough, it's like very nice and quiet. it's basically non-existent. You would even swear that we don't even have one because they actually respect the neighbors that we have, and I like that. But let us know, Vooka citizens, Vooka nations, what exactly would you prefer next to your house? Would you prefer living next door to a church, or would you prefer living next door to a tavern? Which noise can you handle better? Umsindo wasesontweni ne-brass band yakhona, or umsindo ukosquats maphuma khala ebusuku, or uZuwikni Houston amemeza lapha, or maybe just somebody shouting yeah. Tell us which one is more of your thing and which one are you willing to let go of. But right now, just before we go over to a break, we already have our first guest in studio, and he goes by the name of Sekobo, the founder and director of Sekobo Alternatives, who launched his firm in 2021 after earning his LLB from the University of Johannesburg and being admitted as an attorney of the High Court. He has built a strong reputation in family law, civil litigation, and criminal law, known for his precision and client-centered approach with a growing interest in corporate and commercial law. He is steadily expanding his firm into trusted legal partner for individuals and businesses alike. So right now we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're heading into everything laws and everything you need to know before you get yourself on the wrong side of the law. Coming back right now. Yes, welcome back, Vooka Nation, welcome back. And we are back here in studio with our lawyer. And now it's been a while since we've actually had somebody from the law actually come here in studio to teach us more about our South African systems, more especially the law and how we can actually protect ourselves when it comes to the law itself, not forgetting how to actually be responsible when it comes to the law itself. As much as you want to protect yourself against anything that may come to you based on the law, but you must also learn the responsibilities. So, good morning, sir. How are you?
Morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm fine, sir. So, sir, can you kindly introduce yourself and what exactly you do?
Okay, my name is Tshepo Sekobo. I'm a founder and director of Sekobo Attorneys. We've been operating now for almost 5 years. We deal mostly with family law, criminal law, civil litigation, and just general legal issues that people may come across. Obviously, where we can't assist, we refer you to people who can assist. Because we are actually barred by the LPC from accepting instructions and not knowing what to do with the matter. So I can't use your matter to as a research project.
Okay.
So if I don't know it, I will refer you to a colleague who does know it. So we've been doing this, as I said, for about 5 years now. Obviously, we're looking to grow, get bigger, get better, but yeah. That's Sekobo Attorneys. That's what we do.
It's very interesting, man, and thank you so much, for taking your time to join us right here. But I know, when it comes to your name, I know maybe you've had a lot of mispronunciation, or maybe
always.
Yeah, it's that other weed, Sekobo.
Because I was trying very hard not to say that other word.
But man, welcome. Thank you so much once again for joining us. And of course, one of the comments that came in through right here on YouTube was from Miss Q, right? She said, "Good morning, Vooka Nation." Good morning, Miss Q. And she says, "I hope you are well." Thank you so much. We are well. And she says, "I'm a feeling okusebenza awaseko," right? Anyway, sivugile blessed day to you all. And it comes back to the conversation we were having that it was tough for you to wake up this morning.
Very, very tough.
I mean, is it the fatigue that you have developed, over time, working throughout the year? And how has been the year for you, when it comes to the work that you do?
It's been a very busy year.
Okay.
It's been a very busy year. A lot of law firms close around this time, but I don't close.
Okay.
So I am working. So if you get arrested, then
you are there to help.
Yeah, you can give me a call. But it's been a very busy year, my man. It's been. You try to push as much as you can, get out as much work as you can, but that's also tiring.
Yeah.
I mean, we sleep late. 1 a.m. That's when you're going to sleep, and you still need to juggle family. You still need to juggle.
Yeah.
I have a very energetic 4-year-old daughter. So whenever I leave the office, I'm starting another shift. So it's been tough. But when you have no other choice but to work, you work.
Of course.
There's nothing really that you can do. You work. Plus, for someone like me, if I don't work, I don't have income.
Okay.
I don't have a salary that is protected by the Labor Relations Act. If I don't consult, then I don't have money. If I don't put out work, then I can't invoice. So it's essential that even when I'm as tired as I am, I just push myself.
You need to push yourself beyond limits, right? So we've also learned that every time when we sit down with attorneys, there are services that they offer, right? As someone, who is part of, the Vooka Breakfast team as a presenter, I mean, I've always thought if you're an attorney, like any case you can just solve, anything that's, crime related, law related, you can just call anyone. I can call Tshepo to come and solve, a commotion that I'm having or a fight that I'm having with my neighbor to say, hey, Tshepo, come and please and mitigate the situation. But now let's talk about the services that you offer.
Yeah. we as I said, we specialize in family law. I trained primarily in family law. So it's you can wake me up at 2 a.m. And tell me that I'm being taken to the maintenance court. I wouldn't need to do much work. But obviously, as you grow in the profession, you come across clients that say, look, I understand you don't do this type of work, but I don't want anyone else doing this. So get up to speed. You need to know what you need to know and get going, you know. And that's how you grow. Then you'll hear people saying, no, I also do commercial law, I also do corporate law, I also do tax law, I also do insurance law. So that's how we primarily grow. But our core field right now, family law, criminal law, civil litigation. We do debt collection, debt recovery as well. Want to venture into other spheres, like corporate, commercial, insurance law. But for now, those are the services that we offer. And obviously, you come, you consult, we diagnose. You know, lawyers are like doctors, right? You go to a doctor and give them an entire
scenario,
story. Give them a story. And they must diagnose what the problem is, how to solve the problem, and how to manage it going forward. If you can't solve it, so you come to me, you tell me, give me an entire story. I need to know how to assist you at that point in time. From you speaking to me, I need to know. I need to say, oh, okay, no, this is a problem, and be able to come up with an answer. If I can't, I'll tell you, look, give me some time. I'll get back to you with the answer on this, or how we are going to tackle this particular issue. You know, our slogan is simplified legal solutions. A lot of people they get very confused and very flustered when they come across these legal problems. So we take the complex legal issues that you have and we give you the most simple legal solutions that will work for you, that are within your price range or your affordability range. And really, you shouldn't leave our office feeling the same way as you did when you came in. The moment that happens, you must give me a call and I'll fire whoever was assisting you, because that's not how we work.
No, that's pretty interesting. And seeing that you deal with many different areas of law, I think one law that has most people here in South Africa up in arms is basically family law. And it's a pretty emotional roller coaster for some people. So I want to know, how do you support clients who are going through difficult situations like divorce or child custody disputes?
Look, it's client specific, right? What client A needs from me can be different from what client B needs from me, right? Because someone may come to me to defend divorce proceedings. Someone may come to me to institute divorce proceedings. So the attitude is different. I think it's a personality thing. Luckily, I'm a people's person, you know. I'm a good listener. I can sit down. I can diagnose what your issue is, tell you what you need. If what you want is very different from what you need to have that ability to say, look, I understand this is what you want, but this is what you need. This is what will work for you in the long run, you know. I always joke around with my colleagues and say, if you're going to do family law, it must come with a psychology degree inside, because now people are crying. Now people are crying and you need to comfort them. Now people are crashing out. Dude, I've been married to this person for 27 years. My pension fund, dog. What's going to happen with my pension fund? Like, look, Joe, there's life after this. You know, you basically hold the client's hand through that process. You know, make sure that they're supported. The one thing that we don't do, I don't do something that my client tells me just because they're telling me to do it. I'm not that type of lawyer. The lawyer you see on TV that, I pay you, so do this. No. Go next door. I'm here so that I can guide you, so that I can advise you. That doesn't mean that if your instructions are different from my advice, then I want action there.
Yeah.
Because as lawyers, we're creatures of instruction ultimately. But there's a certain level of respect, there's a certain level of decorum that we need to observe when we are dealing with each other, especially in this professional space. You know, you respect me as a professional, and I'll respect you as a professional, you know, in whatever it is that you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Sorry. So regarding that family law question, let's make an example basically. So we all know that if you're a telenovela fan and you're currently watching Scheme Sum, then you definitely know that we have Exhibit A, Mapiti, the person who first filed for divorce, and then versus Tibos, where he wants to take custody of the kids. In that type of situation, how does one sort it out, and what exactly is the difference or the benefits of a marriage where two parties are in disagreement for a long time? What exactly is the benefit of who files first for divorce?
It makes no difference whatsoever. None. Maybe from an ego perspective to say, yeah, I did this, but it makes no difference whatsoever. Whether you file first or I file first, it doesn't affect the outcome in any way, you know? The first question you need to ask a client, what do you want? What do you want to achieve out of this process? I want to separate with this person, and I want to have custody of the kids, for example. Okay, where have the kids been residing? What has been the case? What has been happening? You know, and people tend to think that the wrong party is going to suffer the consequences of that divorce. But in our law, the fault principle does not work. So if you and I are getting divorced, the court isn't really concerned as to who led to us being divorced, unless we are going into, we're doing an application for forfeiture or something like that. Yeah. But generally, it doesn't matter who did what. Depends on the marital property regime that you guys have, community of property, out of community of property. Yeah. That's how we dissolve marriages. Yeah. When it comes to kids, we look at the best interest of the child. There's never one set approach to say, because you are the mom, then the kids will live with you. No. It happens more often than not that actually the guys get custody of the kids because they can provide a more stable.
While they're staying with the mom. Yeah.
No, even if they are not staying with the mom. Okay. I don't watch Scheme Sum, but I don't watch TV at all.
Yeah, because in their situation, you have Mapis is currently unemployed and working at the supermarket, so she does not have that much of a stable income. And then you have the dad who has a much more higher and stable income and is much more of the he's more of the provider compared to the mother. And the dad has a house, has a car, the mother does not have such things. So and this let me try to understand correctly. So what you're saying is that most of the time the court will decide that the person who has more stability in their life in terms of financial, psychological, emotional is the one that's more guaranteed to have the kids compared to somebody who doesn't, because sometimes you find out that the mother may not have the money, but psychologically, physically, she's always there more for the kids and the dad is always absent. So how do we juggle that one in that instance?
Okay, let me put it like this. No? When you are dealing with matters that involve children, the best interest of the child are of paramount importance, right? So we deal with the best interest of the child. So what will normally happen is that we are divorcing, there's a dispute regarding the custody of the child. We go refer the matter to the Office of the Family Advocate. There's an Office of the Family Advocate. If you don't want to use the Office of the Family Advocate, you are free to employ your own social workers, psychologists. You know, if your finances allow you. Those people are going to make an assessment. They are social workers, they are professionals. They're going to make an assessment regarding the best interest of the child. The social worker will come and interview the mom, come and interview the dad, will come and do a home inspection, will whatever it is that will be in the best interest of the child at that point in time. Excuse me. They then finish a report that has recommendations, right? So the report will say, because the father has 1, 2, 3, we are recommending that he has full custody.
Yeah.
Now it goes back to court. The court must order now, must make an order. So this is where the likes of us come in.
Yeah.
So in a scenario that you just gave me, I would argue that just because the mom is financially unstable, it shouldn't mean that her child must be taken from her. So if the report is saying the child must be taken from her, then I argue, say no.
Yeah, you mitigate.
Yeah, you say no, it can't be. You are punishing the mom for being less financially stronger than the other. It's unfair, you know.
Yeah.
If we want to oppose that report, we get another report from another specialist. When you see divorce is taking 3 years, these are the things that are happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the court will make it a ruling. So the court will say, I'm convinced that it is in the best interest of the child to grant the mom access, or to grant the mom primary residence of the minor child, and the dad will have access in this way. SIM, every alternative we can, and so it doesn't necessarily mean that when I am the financially stronger spouse, I stand more of a chance of getting the custody of the minor child. I mean, even if the child is not living with you, you can pay for that expensive school. You have the resources. You can pay for maintenance, you can do all these things. You don't need the child to live with you. You know. So the court ultimately makes a decision regarding what is in the best interest of the child, and that decision is informed by the attorney's arguments and submissions, the specialist reports, which are very important.
So, what are some of the child custody misconceptions you want to clear out that you have heard from people?
The fact that the one that we just spoke about now, that when you have more money, then you stand a better chance. No, it doesn't work like that. I mean, for you to give your child the best life, your child doesn't need to be under your roof that has 1 million chandeliers, you know? Because they may be under that room, but they are spending most of the time with the nanny or with the grandparents or whatever the case may be. So it doesn't mean that because you have money, you can suppress the other spouse or the other party, or that automatically the court will side with you. No, it does not work like that. There's actually a lot of work that goes into making sure or ensuring what is in the best interest of the child. The second thing, that fathers will never win custody of the child. That's another one that's out there. You know, people still have this thing that no, the children must be with their mom. You know, it's fine. Yes, they must be with their moms, but if their moms are not
stable,
not even stable. If they are not the nicest of people, there's moms that are not nice moms, right?
And that affects the kids psychologically, so to speak.
Yes, moms that don't have time for their kids. Moms that take their kids to grandparents for most of the time.
Yeah, they just leave them there.
In those instances, then we can argue that the dad gets primary custody because the dad is in a position to give this child the financial, the emotional, the psychological support that the child needs, you know. So it's not cast in stone that you as the mom will always win a custody battle. I've represented fathers that have won custody battles and even ended up taking the mothers of their kids to the maintenance court. You know? There's also this thing that only guys get taken to the maintenance court. No, women are taken to maintenance court.
Really?
We take them to maintenance court. They must maintain the kids even though the kids are not staying with them. You know? Because if I'm the dad and I have custody and you are the mom and you're not doing anything, I am entitled to take you to maintenance court to help me with the upbringing of the child. So those are some of the misconceptions that we come across.
You know, I'm glad that, you know, you just brought that up because I think in society when you talk about maintenance, it's, you know, solely, you know, painted on guys. I mean, we have shows, pay your bab geld. You know, it's only guys that are being followed to pay maintenance. But I'm glad that we got to learn today that it's not only guys. also women can also be, approached to say, hey man, you need to pay maintenance. I mean, this is your child also, right? So now we have learned that when you talk about family law, it entails things like your child custody, divorces, and things like that. Now, because you also offer the services of criminal law, what does criminal law entail?
Oh, a lot, my man.
Yeah.
The first step in criminal proceedings would obviously be bail. Like if you are arrested.
Yeah.
And free legal advice. When you are arrested, you need to appear before a magistrate within 48 hours.
Okay.
If they keep you there more than, then you can sue actually the Minister of Police.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, no, finish answering that one. I'll ask after.
So you start with the bail proceedings. They are your first point of contact, right? Whenever you are arrested. So we assist in bail proceedings. Once you get bail, it doesn't mean that you're out now, you're free to go. There's a criminal trial that you need to do where you must now state your defense. You must now, the state must prove. It's actually written in the law that they must prove beyond reasonable doubt that you did the crime.
Yeah.
So when you have a criminal defense attorney, they can then create that reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
You know, to say, look, yeah, but you didn't. I was in the vicinity, but I was not at the crime scene. What if someone was there and they left? That's reasonable doubt, and they can't convict you on that. You know, so it's the bail process, and then it's the criminal defense, and then you get an acquittal or you get a sentence.
Yeah.
You know,
when
you're found guilty, you're then sentenced. Then you're going to join our brothers and sisters there by correctional services with their nice uniforms.
Yeah, so what counts as evidence and what can be dismissed as evidence? Because I've heard that if you record a video or voice note without the other person knowing, then that can be dismissed. So what would be considered as irrefutable evidence?
Look, there's an entire course on law of evidence during your LLB, right? So you go through what is admissible evidence, right? You may have evidence, but is it admissible first? Does it pass the admissibility test? You know, that's why you have things like in the Senzuma trial, a trial within a trial. We are deciding whether this evidence can be used in the main trial. Was it obtained legally, that evidence? Was it not tampered with? You know. Obviously, there's things like CCTV footage. I mean, if you come in, someone comes in here and you capture them on the CCTV footage stealing the equipment, you can't refute that. You understand? You can't refute that. But now, if I'm passing by the street there, and you say, yeah, we saw you passing at this time when this happened. Now you must be prosecuted for this. Then we fight, obviously. So, no, but you can't. Why? What if the person that stole?
So does that count as hearsay? Because I know that when it comes to the law itself, let's say I could go into the court and I said, but I heard the person say.
Yeah, no, hearsay evidence generally is inadmissible. Generally, there are exceptions, but generally it's inadmissible. That's why you can't go to the court and get onto the stand and say, yeah, but I was told by someone else that this person did this. It makes the state's case, or it makes your case, if you are the prosecuting side, it makes your case very weak. To say you're not a reliable witness. But there are instances where hearsay evidence can be taken into account, and we argue these things in court.
So if, let's say, there's a signage, like, you know, when you walk into a mall, this is like a little disclaimer on the side that says that you are here on your own risk. Yeah. I don't know if this is true, but coming back to my CCTV footage, that if I don't tell people that I'm recording, then they can somehow counter that. Like, in other words, I need to put a sign that, like, if you go to a filling station, there's a little sign that says CCTV, that there's a CCTV here. What's the reason for that sign, and should it be there?
Informed consent, right? Informed consent. When you enter into a space, like for example, if I'm uncomfortable with being filmed, right, and I go into a space where it's reasonable for me to expect not to be filmed, then I get filmed. Then that's a violation on me. That's a violation on my rights, right? But if I see that, okay, no, there's cameras here, there is a possibility of me being filmed, but I enter anyway.
Yeah.
Then I can't now come and say, yeah, but no, my rights are being violated in such and such a manner. Do you understand? So, just so that you know that we are filming here. Others, of course, will use it to avoid or to scare criminals from trying to rob them, to say CCTV. Because others have that sign, but they don't have when something actually happens.
There's no footage.
For some
the
reason,
cameras are down, they were just there for display.
There's no footage, or sometimes they have cameras, but you can see that they are disconnected. And I'm like, good, you know. But you need to know at all times. That's why you can't record me without my consent and then use that against me, because you are trapping me. You are setting up a trap for me, and it's not right. It's not fair, you know. Regardless of whether or not what I'm doing is wrong or what I'm saying is wrong. But it's a trap. It's not fair, you know. And a lot of cases get thrown out because of how evidence is obtained, the chain of custody of the evidence. Was it tampered with? Was it, you know, a lot of things. That's what defense lawyers do. We look for these small things that you might think are not important, but they are actually important.
Okay. I mean, speaking of evidence, now, sorry Mo, going back to family law. So there's a guy, manje, even a girl, where Bonabati, I am providing for the child, yabo. And do you think like I'm a receipt, so this is what I did for Umdana counts, so that the day now you are being summoned to court, you do not maintain Umdana, you can produce those receipts, and will that count as evidence to say, but this is actual proof, I do take care of my own?
Or are bank transactions anything, all that you need besides the receipts?
Look, at the end of the day, what we are seeking to prove is that you do provide for the child, right? It's not necessary for you to have a receipt when it's reflecting on your bank account to say there was a transaction like this. In any event, it's it's not a nice way to live. You know, every time you're buying something, now you're keeping a receipt. But I understand that in some instances it's necessary.
Especially if you're paying via cash and not using your card.
I'd never advise that. Stay away from cash, especially if you look. We know our partners. Okay? We know the people we have kids with. you know the person you have a kid with, and you know how crazy, how petty, how conniving, how vengeful, how delulu they can get, you know. So if it will bring you peace, then do it, dog. Like, keep the receipt. But those papers, they fade away after some time, you know. That's why I always say, you see, with a lot of family disputes or family law disputes, you can go to court and do a divorce by yourself without an attorney. You can go to the maintenance court without an attorney. You can go to the children's court without an attorney. You can even go to the domestic violence court without an attorney. I always advise, get an attorney. Get an attorney so that you don't find yourself going through bringing plastics of slips to say, this is what I'm doing. We know how to deal with these issues. I know what to argue to say, you can't expect me to have slips now for everything. You know, I know how to advise you to say, look, maybe don't child care, cash. Create an account for the child, send it into that account so that there's a trace that I am doing this, you know, because some people, they do it, but their partners are like, no, he's not supporting the child or she's not supporting the child. Knowing very well that the child is actually being supported, you know, for whatever reason, for whatever narrative, for whatever motive that they have at the point in time. You know, some people just want to mess with you. Some people just want to make you look bad.
and see how far you're willing to go.
Yeah,
with this.
and the social media has exacerbated that issue because you get called all sorts of names without people actually examining the evidence that is before them.
Yes.
And they're not. I mean, if I see someone on social media saying Mo is not maintaining, I don't know whether he is or not. Right? I don't know whether he is or not. I don't know why this person is saying this, and there are chances that this person is lying, but we all jump onto the bandwagon. And so cancel Mo now. It must be taken off air now because it's not supporting his child.
Yeah, that one is very true, especially when you go to hard situation that have to do with like females taking their baby daddies to court. I know for my instance, a lot of people are like, no, Muisa got caught. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes some things are not even worth the battle. Badimu batlo trap. And then we also know that you've always been known for putting your clients first. What can someone expect when they come to you for help for the first time?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not. Look, your business is good for me because it keeps my lights on. But at the end of the day, I understand that I'm dealing with your life.
Yeah.
A lot of these clients that walk in, I'm dealing with their lives. It's either your life will change for the good after you've seen me or for the bad. Hopefully it's not for the bad.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be honest with you. You're not going to tell me what to do. I will advise. And in my advice, I'll be brutally honest with you. You know, I had a client that told me the other day, you know, even if you are wrong as my client, I'll tell you, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know, what do you expect? I mean, these people are acting exactly how they should act, how I would have advised you to act. You know? So I was telling my client in one of the instances, and she was like, yo, dude, you're so brutally honest. And I'm like, yeah, but now I can't comfort you with lies and false promises. There are a lot of attorneys, and there are a lot of attorneys that promise heaven and earth. I'm not one of those attorneys. I'll promise you heaven and earth if I can give you heaven and earth. Yeah. But if the circumstances before me or the circumstances of your particular case don't warrant you having heaven and earth, I don't know why you should think that you can get heaven and earth. You know.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I've mastered the skill of listening and diagnosing what the issue is. And once you get that, then you know what to do.
Yeah.
You know. So I will tell you from the get-go. These are the various ways we can deal with this. If you choose this way, these are the benefits. These are the pros and cons of this route.
Yeah.
And this is how much it's going to cost you. This is how expensive it's going to be. If you choose this route, this is, you know, so at least you make a decision that is informed.
Yes.
You know, so that tomorrow, and you did, I told you that this would happen. You don't come and say, yeah, but you didn't tell me.
That's shocked, yeah.
No, I'll tell you, remember I said that if we take this route, this is what we're going to come across.
Yep.
You know, so you must also be prepared, make decisions, and take risks that are well informed.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll leave you to make the decision. You'll tell me what to do. You want me to go and fight, I'll fight. You want me to negotiate, I'll negotiate. But you must have the different views to say, if we negotiate, this is what I stand to gain. If we fight, this is what I stand to gain.
Yeah.
If we settle, this is what I stand to gain. So that's how I conduct myself primarily. I don't lie to my client.
Yeah. So have you ever found yourself in a life-threatening situation where, you know, someone you're representing and of course they're accused, they're, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna shut you off and things like that. Have you ever found yourself in such cases?
Hey, my brother, you're triggering me now. And funny enough, it's not with the criminal matters. It's not the criminal matters.
Yeah, what we think,
family law,
family law, labor law. I think I've had two instances now. The first one, so I was representing a client in the CCMA. Client didn't tell me the truth, right? So he told me what he thought I was going to use to help him win. And then the other side is coming and saying, no, but this is what we did, this is what we did, this is what we did. And I'm finding out for the first time there.
Wow.
Now, naturally, you're going to lose, Chief. You withheld this information because you knew that it's detrimental to your case.
Yeah.
So we lose, we go our separate ways, and he's upset now. So, yeah, but why did I pay you? What did you do for me? If I had to change cars for a while, because he was that dangerous type of a person. And there was another one where I was in court speaking to this client, and now the spouse, the person we brought to court, is now, hey, Chief, what are you doing with my wife? Like, Chief, I'm working here. What do you mean? Are you trying to scare me into submission here? What are you trying to do? You know. So we deal with very emotional issues. I mean, you can understand someone's employment, someone's marriage, it's someone's livelihood. You know. And you can understand. You must have also the emotional temperament to be able to deal and understand. You know. Obviously, I'm not gonna look at you when you start fighting. We fight back, but in an instance, it also requires a certain level of emotional maturity from me. Say, look, my man, I understand this is what you're going through, but deal with your case and not with me. Because even if it's not me, there's another lawyer that will come and do the same thing that I'm doing. So it's pointless, and it's not smart actually to have a problem with the lawyer, because the lawyer isn't. Even if it wasn't that particular, even if it wasn't Tshepo, there was going to be another lawyer doing the same thing. So we deal with those situations, deal with them. A colleague of mine had to be escorted around court because on the previous appearance, the wife's husband was like, you can't make comments about my wife's sickness, and they had to be escorted now because this guy threatened this guy, this. And I'm like, even if it wasn't that lawyer that was making that allegation, it would have been another lawyer, you know. So you need to also understand, and it's also upon us as lawyers to make our clients understand that, look, this is the legal process. And it's important also for clients to understand, guys, in as much as you think that you can do this on your own, rather not. Rather not. There's legal aid. If you don't have money, you go to legal aid. You go to UJ Law Clinic, you go to Vets Law Clinic, you go to propono.org, you call the LPC and tell them you need assistance. I mean, lawyers are mandated now to do 40 hours of pro bono work on a yearly basis, you know. You get assistance. I can accept someone saying, okay, I tried, but I couldn't find help. I can accept that. But when you are getting summons and you are drafting the notice of intention to defend on your own, it's no matter how much you think you know, get a lawyer, because there's a reason why when you start coughing you go to a doctor. You know, there's a reason. There's a reason when you get a pain in your chest, you know where to go. But somehow when you get summons now, you can do it yourself.
Very interesting. And I think this now brings back us, before we let you go, to the legal problems that a lot of people have in our communities, right? Because people will tell you that, I feel like whatever that is happening right now, I have it covered. I know someone who can do things. But talk to us, what are some of the common legal problems you see in communities, and how can people protect themselves?
Houses, family houses. If you have a house, you must have a will. Well, not even if you have a house, even if you don't have a house. I mean, there's an entire free week where people make free wills.
I mean, also
there's no reason why you shouldn't have a will. There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't have a will, because people are fighting over those. How many houses do you drive past and see this house is not for sale?
Not for sale.
You know, since moving to Soweto, and moving my offices to Soweto, these are the problems that we come across. We want access to their family house, this and that. And when someone dies, guys, administer the estate. Administer the estate, because you have houses, especially in Dobsonville, Middlelands, Naledi, Tladi. These houses are owned by people who passed on in 1991 already. Now you go to the municipality, it's still reflecting the person that passed on in 1991 because the administration of that estate never happened. So these are the problems that we come across. Divorce, speak to a lawyer. Speak to a lawyer. Maintenance, child maintenance. Guys, don't listen to what people say online. You know, now with TikTok, there's a lot of legal advice on TikTok.
Exactly, and people take it.
Yeah, there's a lot of legal advice on TikTok. But always take that with a pinch of salt. You know, take that with a pinch of salt. When you don't want to get married in community of property, don't pay lobola before seeing a lawyer. You know, go to a lawyer, sign an ANC, and then your uncles can go and do the thing.
What's an ANC?
An anti-nuptial contract.
Oh,
yeah. So those are some of the issues that we deal with, especially in the fields that we practice in. Yeah. So.
Yeah, very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. I mean, there is a whole lot, of course, that we can discuss right here with you. But with that being said, can you please leave us with a message that you would like to share with the community members, some who are listening and watching right now, who may feel that the law is out of reach and it's only for certain people?
Speak to a lawyer. Go to a lawyer. Go to a lawyer.
No matter what.
Ask questions. Pay the consultation fee. Speak to a lawyer. Get proper legal advice. Because a lot of people feel like, and it's the rhetoric on the street that justice is for the rich. No, actually not. You know, if you can't afford my services, like me for example, if you can't afford my services, I can coach you. Through that process, you know, for a reduced fee, or I can direct you to people who can assist you without. Just speak to a lawyer. Speak to a lawyer. The same way you don't want to do your own heart operation. Don't approach your legal problems. Like it's something that you can do. There's a reason, guys. For you to be a lawyer, it takes 7 years. Takes 6 months of law school after your 4 or 5 year degree. 2 years of articles, gaining practical experience, and it takes 4 board exams. You must go through that entire process before you get admitted as an attorney. So we know what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about. So don't think you can do it yourself. Don't think you can do it. At the very least, try. You know, try. Don't wait for things to get bad because people come to us when things now are bad. We are doing damage control. And I'm doing damage control. I'm going to charge you more than what I would have charged you if you had approached me initially. So really, go and consult a lawyer. That's the simplest advice I can give. Go consult a lawyer.
Yeah, definitely true. So how can people get a hold of you for your legal services?
All right, you give us a call, 069-873-3922. I'm not on social media, so that's... I'm on LinkedIn, Tshepo Sekobo on LinkedIn. You can email us, info@sekoboattorneys.co.za. But WhatsApp really is the best. Give me a call or send me a WhatsApp, and then I'll attend to you. Because if it's social media, we will look at having.
But what's your take on having like a TikTok page whereby you give people legal advice, like basic legal advice?
It's good. You give people. You give people legal information. I think if you go to my TikTok page, you'll see some of the videos. But for me, the return wasn't compensating for the time, the work that you put in. Because you don't just advise; you must have knowledge of what you're speaking about. So that's why I stopped doing it. Because I saw you know, if I had an influx of clients from TikTok, then I would. But there are colleagues that do it and that do it very well, you know. Also, you don't want to regurgitate the same thing that someone else said. So if you want legal knowledge, as I'm saying, it's available out there. But the law works in such a way that it's not a one size fits all situation.
Yeah.
You and I can go through divorces, but our experiences can be different because even the circumstances that surround the divorces are different. But it's the same law, but it's applied differently in both our cases.
Yeah.
It's a case-by-case approach. That's why I'm saying the most important thing that if you didn't hear anything from this interview, hear that you must go and see a lawyer.
Yeah. Seek legal advice.
Seek legal advice, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know. So those are my primary contact points. WhatsApp, call me, send me an email, and then we'll be there to assist.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That was some great, insightful, and very well-informed information from Tshepo Sekobo. Now, do not DIY because you'll end up destroying it yourself. Make sure you get yourself the correct legal advice before you actually end up doing an incorrect DIY. So right now, we're going to take a little short break, and when we come back, we still have more guests waiting for you, man. So let's head over for a break.
How I'ma break bread with them, but my pockets down and my head ain't into this. That's why I gotta keep
happen when you relentless, and your actions start to match the path for which you intended. Put the time in to perfect the craft, I'm the truest in it. Ain't a doubt about it either. When it's in, you better own it. I'ma shout it out the speakers from a small city where not many make it out the gate. I put my
Oh man, welcome back. Hearing the beautiful sounds, Lingo went by Biza Moonlight. Man, it feels like I want to go to a Rockfire Boneyard concert because this is just beautiful and amazing. And right now we're going to go back to one of the most memorable things of our day, which is basically our daily bread. And today in history, starting off with the 2017 Brazilian footballer and former AC Milan and Real Madrid player Kaká retires. Kaká officially announced his retirement from professional football on the 17th of December in 2017 at the age of 35, closing a glittering career that spanned AC Milan, Real Madrid, Sao Paulo, and Orlando City. Now, the Brazilian playmaker, renowned for his elegance, vision, and I can't say this name. Ballon d'Or win in 2007, chose to step away from declining offers from Milan and Sao Paulo, instead expressing interest in taking on a director's role in football management. His retirement marked the end of an era for one of the most graceful attacking midfielders of his generation, remembered for his Champions League triumph with Milan in 2007 and his contributions to Brazil's 2002 World Cup victory. Now, a second one is that in 2014, Sony Pictures cancels the release of The Interview starring Seth Rogen, Lizzie Kaplan, and James Franco after a cyber attack on the studio. In December 2014, Sony Pictures made the unprecedented decision to cancel the release of The Interview, a comedy starring Seth Rogen, James Franco, and Lizzie Kaplan, after a massive cyber attack crippled the studio system and leaked sensitive data. The attack, attributed to a group calling itself Guardians of Peace and linked by US officials to North Korea, was in retaliation for the film's plot involving the assassination of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The hackers threatened violence against theaters that screened the movie, prompting major chains to pull out, and Sony initially shelved the release before later allowing limited screenings and digital distributions, sparking debates about free speech, censorship, and cybersecurity in Hollywood. Now, heading over to your next one. In 1989, The Simpsons, created by Matt Groening, premieres on Fox TV as a full animated series with Simpsons roasting and open fire. Now, in December the 17th and 1989, The Simmons premiered on Fox with its full-length episode Simmons Roasting on an Open Fire, introducing audiences to a now iconic family in a Christmas special. The episode, directed by David Silverman and written by Mimi Pond, was originally intended to air in the season, but became the debut after animation issues delayed another episode. It set the tone for the series. A sidetracked take on American family life, showing Homer working as a department store Santa after Marge spends the family Christmas savings to remove Bart's tattoo. The premiere was both a holiday story and a cultural milestone, launching what would become the longest running scripted primetime series in the US television history. Now, we all know when it comes to The Simmons that the always have something amazing and something creative to talk about. I mean, we've seen some certain predictions actually appear in some of the Simmons episodes, and which is very interesting. Now we're heading over to inventions, and our inventions we have at-home fertility tests. Now, the health app company Vivo aims to help us aspiring parents to have more control over their fertility with a new series of at-home test tracking ovulation stimulation, follicle stimulation hormones, vaginal pH, and pregnancy using urine test strips. While similar tests are already widely available, Vivo tests align with their app for additional insights on fertility patterns. Though some experts caution the reliability of at-home fertility tests, which don't monitor the full range of variables a doctor would, it seems likely these products will only become more popular as the national shortage of OB-GYNs continues to grow. Tests are available for the pre-order of $15.99. That is in dollars. Now, also moving on to our celebrity birthdays. Mo, would you mind tackling the celebrity birthdays for me?
Interesting, because you know that there are people who grow up from day to day that are celebrating their birthdays, and of course some of those people are some that you like, that you idealize, and you have watched throughout in your screen. Maybe you've heard about them, anywhere, wherever, in social media, or the local newspapers that you read. So in terms of that, if you know someone who is growing up today and you would like to send them a shout out, a birthday shout out, please do so by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Come through on the comment section, or send us their picture together with their voice note, and telling us that this is my friend, this is my partner, this is my mom, my dad, and I would like to give them, or send them a huge birthday shout out on the number 0604933226. And you're asking yourself, who are we celebrating? Whether these people are still alive or are not alive. I mean, some of those who were alive, they left like a significant, a trail of the work that they have done. So one of the people who is celebrating is the late Pope Francis, who was born on this day in 1936, and of course passed on this year in April the 21st. So Pope passed away at the age of 88 years. So he was supposed to turn 89 as of right now. So he is known, of course, as the 266th Pope of the Catholic Church, who took over from Benedict in March of 2013. Interesting fact about Pope is that he made waves throughout the world for his modern views on homosexuality and contraception. You can go and look some of those out because they're still there. I mean, it's part of the conversation and the debate that were had by a lot of people, of course, around the globe. But happy birthday to the late Pope Francis. And then the next one that we have right here is Annie Hudson. Was born on this day in 1945, and today he is turning 80 years old, right? And then Annie Hudson, we know him as a versatile actor, famed for Ghostbusters, The Crow, and HBO The Oz, right? And then interesting fact about him is that he has written and produced several films, and in 2015 he began co-starring in the Netflix original series Grace and Frankie. So happy birthday to Mr. Annie Hudson. Lastly, the one that we have right here that we have witnessed, of course, in our screens, on our screens, is Eugene Levy. Was born on this day in 1946, and he is attaining 79 years of age, and then rise to fame on how he became the person and the actor that he is today. Actor and musician, well known for his role as Noah Levenstein and the American Pie film franchise, right? Interesting fact about him is that he's also a frequent voice actor and has lent his voice to films such as Over the Hedge and Finding a Dory. That's all we have for your celebrity birthdays or the birthdays. But if you still happen to have that birthday shout out you want to send, please come through on our comment section and use the hashtag of Vooka Breakfast Show, or send your voice note on 060 493 32 26.
Yes, man. Thank you very much for covering those birthdays. And as Mo said, if you do know anybody that's celebrating their birthday today and you would like for them to also be celebrated by us, also as also talked about here on the radio station, you can send us a text on 0604933226. That's 0604933226. Or you can simply just comment their names on our YouTube comment section, and we'll definitely be sure to send those beautiful and amazing birthday shout outs on your behalf. Now, another thing that's also been happening in the world of entertainment, besides the untimely death of DJ Warres, is the fact that one of our media socialites or media butterflies, Lasizwe, actually checked himself into a mental wellness facility. Now, these are signs that he's definitely going to be off social media. Now, media personality Lasizwe Dumbaza has checked into a mental wellness facility and announced a break from social media to prioritize his mental health. He shared the news with fans, emphasizing the importance of self-care. Support has poured in from followers and fellow celebrities. Now, the nice thing is that he actually took the initiative to make sure that he's okay mentally, because as much as we know that we all love and care for our celebrities, but we also tend to forget that their mental well-being also counts like anybody else's mental well-being. And I like the fact that he actually took focus to go off and check himself into a mental wellness facility to make sure that he's okay mentally and actually catches a break from social media. And then the nice thing is that he's going to be focusing on his mental health and personal well-being. And I love the positive messages that the public and fellow celebrities of Mzansi have been giving him, because it takes a lot to actually talk about the fact that you need a break from everything in the world so that you can actually take care of yourself mentally, and that really means a lot. Now, we all know that Lasizwe has been open about his struggles with mental health in the past, often using his platform to advocate for awareness. His decision reflects a growing trend amongst public figures to take mental health breaks amid social media pressures. Now, the way forward is that he's encouraged everybody to respect his privacy and use this moment to reflect on their own mental wellness, and make sure that every once in a while you do take a break from social media. It is very lovable and very nice, but taking a break from social media is not much of a sin as long as it helps you to be one with yourself, come back to yourself, and actually learn how to be one with your own mental health. So taking care of your mental health is something that a lot of people need to learn, and I am pretty glad that he actually took the step towards making sure that he accounts for his mental well-being so that he can be okay in society, man. That's beautiful, hey? It's really amazing, Mo.
Yeah, it is very interesting. And I think one of the things that I would say is having 1.15 million subscribers on YouTube is no child's play, man. It takes a toll on you because people expect content from you. I mean, there's 1 million of us who have subscribed. So what do you mean you don't have content, right? Yeah, we see them on our screens and we think, no, man, but Lasizwe, they're killing it in the screens, only to find out that they do have mental challenges that they're dealing with, right? That they are not public with, because people will come with their own speculations to say, you were not built for this. I mean, they do show us their wins, but they don't show us the losses that they have,
the struggles they go through,
the struggles and the challenges that they go through. But I think mental health is a very huge and a big issue in South Africa. So if you know anyone who is going through, you should give them their support as much as we're giving Lasizwe. And take as much as rest as you can, man. I mean, we also tired. We also tired. We all need rest at some point, whether you like it or not. You can be the biggest YouTuber, the biggest content creator in the world, in the globe, but at what cost, right? If it costs your health, mental health, you're going to leave these subscribers when you're no longer here. So it's very important for you to take care. So I'm taking so much from this. I'm really taking so much from this, and we are learning that what we are doing, being part of content creation, the work that we do, like, it really, really wants us to consume so much, and you use your mind, right? We are not we are not having shovels here and going and digging the ground. No, we are using our minds. So remember that sometimes when you're using your mind, as someone who's at work, there's a mental toll that you get to, whereby now your body's starting to tell you that, hey, you need to take rest. I understand you are chasing the bag, but hey, relax, chase the bag and chase the rest. So to Lasizwe, I just hope that him checking in is going to help him to become and get back to his original self.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful. So as we also saying, because we also know that the festive season sometimes does bring in a whole lot of mental pressure that is unnecessarily needed. So please take a page from Lasizwe's book and learn to go back and have self-care, self-love, and make sure that your mental health is always kept in check, because there's nothing more important than making sure that you yourself are okay. As I always say, you are your biggest motivation and inspiration before you can even go out and look for motivation elsewhere. Now, we all know that when we go and buy something, especially be it a laptop or a phone, and you find out that you don't actually have the correct finances to buy it on cash. Now we have something that's called a little contract. But why do we sign without reading? And we always see that there are always hidden risk when it comes to ignoring contracts. Now, this is something that most South Africans or most people don't actually pay attention to. Now, you're at a car dealership, for example, and excited about your new wheels. The salesperson slides a thick contract across the desk. You skim the first page, nod and sign. Fast forward 6 months, you're shocked by unexpected fees and penalties buried in the fine print. Now, does that sound familiar? Because now this isn't just about cars. Now, from cell phone contracts to rental agreements, South Africans sign documents daily without fully understanding them. But why do we overlook something this important? Now, here's the big question. Why do we ignore reading contracts when they can make or break our financial security? Is it trust? Laziness? Or the overwhelming legal jargon that pushes us to skip the details? Now, we all know that sometimes finding that illegal jargon within the contract itself is not always easy as it seems, because there are some words that we don't necessarily understand, and sometimes we unfortunately don't have a Mr. Sekobo on our side basically explaining what are those little fine prints that we always seem to miss out on. But you know what? A recent survey actually found that 70% of South Africans admit to signing contracts without reading them thoroughly. And consumer complaints to the National Credit Regulator often stem from misunderstood clauses in credit agreements. Globally, studies show that people spend less than 3 minutes on documents that could impact them for years. Now, let's say maybe you're having an argument and it's the complexity of the legal jargon that you find within the contract that is very confusing. Others will say it's about trust and convenience. We assume companies are fair and don't want to waste time. Now, some people may also say that a growing group believes that it's a cultural issue. We prioritize speed over caution in fast-paced world. Now, signing a contract without reading is a very big and major problem across each and every single place within the world itself.
Yeah.
Have you ever signed a contract without reading the fine print, Mo?
I mean, I'm just thinking of a situation that is similar to a contract, right? Because I've never signed a contract before. And I'm just thinking that, okay, if I am offered a contract, what would I do? Yes, I would never even spend 3 minutes. I would spend 1 minute. Because it's excitement. It's the first time, right? Mm-hmm. Some people, they go over, the lessons of learning the hard way. Understand? So learning the hard way means you did not go through. It means next time when you are offered a contract, you would have to go through the whole contract on what it entails, right? What is the agreement that you're getting yourself into? I mean, a simple example of a contract and excitement, I think I will take it back to everything that we all understand, what we call an indemnity form, right? If there's a school trip, we are given forms where we need to sign your name, where you live, your parents' contact, even the third person that they can call if anything happens. So you find out that there are things that you need to know about yourself. Even the parents, they need to know about you that, okay, you have certain allergies on you. If you eat this, you're going to get sick. Because of the excitement, a lot of our parents, under allergies, they will say no. Or I remember my mom used to put NA, everything NA. Like, they don't even take the time to read, because how you presented the indemnity form to say, Mom, please sign this. It's a trip form. They said you have to sign it for me to go to the trip. Because the mom has signed, Lebona, they don't have the time to go through. I mean, they would just say, hey, okay, if you want, if your child missing, are we supposed to call the police? Your mom will say NA. When those things happen, and then you crying as a parent to say, guys, you left my child behind. My child is missing. They're like, okay, you signed here that if your child goes missing, you said we must not call the police. Mm-hmm. So the repercussions of you not reading through and thoroughly the paper has led you, because this is what we're going to present in front of the court. If you take us, or if you take the matter to, the legal people. So it's the excitement that comes with the contract or whatever agreement you get yourself into. I mean, someone is handing over you the keys because these things, they don't always come in a serious form. It's always excitement. Are you happy for your house? Are you happy for your car? Yes, I'm happy. Then they give you the papers to sign. And then you're like, no, man, I think everything is sorted right here. Because a lot of people ask, but is there anything that I need to be worried of? Of course, the person will say, no, there's nothing you need to be worried of, my friend. Just take the pen and sign the contract. Then you sign the contract, and then only to find out you have put yourself into deeper trouble. We've seen it. Our celebrities have signed themselves into record labels after finding out that even if you leave the record label, the music still belongs to them, right? So for me, I believe that it's like anything else. It's the excitement. I mean, I don't know a person who has done the same thing like several times, whereby they sign a contract, they get, they get dropped, and then second contract you get dropped, third contract you get dropped. That means when there's something wrong with you. But I feel like it's excitement. If I'm offered right now a 1 million contract, regardless of the clauses and everything, guys, I'm signing. I mean, I need someone who's going to save me right now, but I am signing. I mean, there are people who say, hey, you are signing your life away. I'm like, hey, guys, this is 1 million that we're speaking about right here. It's 1 million. I've never had R1 million in my bank account. So more than anything, it's excitement. But we understand that we need to have, legal representatives that help us to go through, because there are those big and the legal jargon that they use there, whereby what is a third party now? Is it a party season attend history, or what's going on? Is it an after party? No, myself. So it's exciting.
Is it an after party after the after party within itself? Yeah. So yes, man. So one person would normally ask themselves, should companies simplify contracts, or should consumers take responsibility for reading every word? And then, but what I also want to ask our viewers is that, have you ever signed something you regretted because you didn't read the fine print? Who should bear the blame? Business for making contracts complicated, or us for not reading them? And then people must also know that sometimes ignoring contracts can cost you money, rights, and peace of mind. Next time, take those extra minutes and make sure that you actually read through the contract. Even if it's the final print or no matter how long it takes, make sure that you do not get rushed into signing something. Even if the agent tells you that, no, ma'am, you need to sign right now, you also have a right to actually sign the contract at your own given time, despite the fact that it needs to be delivered today or the following day. So make sure that you always go through each and every single word that is written within the contract with full understanding. And if you do not understand, then you can simply ask them to simplify the terms that you actually do not understand. So please don't just sign without reading, because sometimes it might just cost you a wasted time and money, and we definitely are not looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I mean, this thing, it goes even way beyond. It's not only contracts. We know that we have found ourselves even subscribing to things that we don't understand. Sometimes you get a pop-up message in your phone that your courier has delivered. Like, you didn't order anything. Then you click.
Why?
And then you ask yourself that, hey guys, I am seeing that my money is being taken here every month. I don't understand what is happening. Right, so contracts also, it goes with the lack of it's laziness more than anything. People are lazy to read because they feel like if I'm gonna take my time and maybe this is going to lapse, right? So I just need to sign. I just need to hand over everything that is being given to me, and then whatever comes with it, God knows what will happen.
Hey, so please make sure that you always go through those contracts and read them carefully. Take your own time. Do not be rushed into signing something that you do not fully understand. So yes, reading your contracts is definitely a must and something that everybody must do. So right now, from the Vooka Breakfast Show team, we'll be signing out and saying sayonara. Hope to see you tomorrow again, because we are so close to saying goodbye, but yet we love you so much and we'll definitely keep in touch. For me, Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Plays, but to the darker the berry, the sweeter than Tonton, Imnandi Mamnyama, Mam Shopilik Tikatik Put Marloko Famba Meweta Koma Kahle. His song on a man. Mo, any last words?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's Wednesday. Looking forward to the rest of the day. And thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in and, be with us until this last hour. Hope that you guys are also going to enjoy the rest of your day. And until we see each other, thank you so much. My name is Moeketsi Maimane, aka Max for Maximum Temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Generator signing out.